Welcome to the Star City Game stream.
Star City. Paragon City. You got the city part right.
Yes. So I messed up. Welcome to Paragon City Game stream. It's Paragon City Game stream. Well, I can't do this today. Being in front of the camera is throwing me off. We're gonna get ready with round one. And
I'm Sean.
I'm Rich. I'm the mumbling one over here. Bumbling. We've got Alan on the right playing
Death and Taxes.
Death and Taxes. And we got Roger on the left playing
Grixis Delver.
Grixis Delver.
My phone.
Alright, so this should be a very interesting matchup. I kind of feel like I feel like Delver can get a Delver flip.
I feel like
Delver will definitely get there because it takes a while for Alan to get a block in the air.
Definitely. But it comes out of nowhere, and it's uncounterable because of Aether Vial most of the time, right?
Right. Flicker Wisp was pretty good.
Obviously,
Sword of Posture also gets rid of it.
I feel like Death and Taxes is meant to prey on like more unfair decks.
Yeah, and Grixis Delver's pretty fair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, also though, Alan's got Wastelands, and so they are on opposite sides of each other. I gotta fix that real quick.
I told everything's in there is mirrored.
That's interesting. So Rogers, Grixis, Delver. I thought we had this all set up.
Trust no one, not even yourself. Roger versus Roger.
So we got. Okay. So Rogers got his opening hand. He's got some lands. But the thing is, so with Death and Taxes, with the amount of Wastelands or Russian imports they have, Rogers aren't running a lot of lands, and so there's a chance that Alan might be able to just.
And he doesn't run basics. Those decks don't run basics.
Right. So like Wasteland just gets good, and Cavern Souls is really good too against like Daze and and stuff like that.
Cavern into Mother of Runes. That just blanks. Like I think they're a removal deck.
Right. And the fact that Roger didn't have a removal for that Mother of Runes kind of, I mean, that just puts Alan way ahead right here, right? Having a Mother of Runes untapped ready to go and a Cavern of Souls, I mean, that's kind of what you want Alan to be doing in this situation. Not a whole lot more you'd want to be doing.
I mean, Roger's also doing what he wants to do.
Other than maybe Wastelanding turn 2.
Just get his,
good swords that. Seems good. Recurring damage is hard to deal with. Is Alan just going to pass?
He's not going to attack with the Mother of Runes. He passes.
You think it's a good play right there to attack with the Mother of Runes? I feel like that's like not what you want to be doing. Oh, there's a wasteland for the Cavern though. That feels really good.
That's a good step in the right direction.
So
did he miss his land drop?
No, he wasted.
Oh, he wasted. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot of mana denial in this matchup.
For Schadenport.
He's got another swords for the death ray.
Just remove
Roger's
the
debating
hand.
on whether or not he wants to. I think he's got a daze. He's got a daze and a force.
The daze doesn't seem useful.
Daze feels bad. I think that's why he's just gonna. Yep.
Yeah, he pitches it. That is the pitch.
And lose that one life they're gonna be got before.
Back to parity.
Yeah. Taxing Probe on Roger's side. Let's take a look at Alan's hand.
Revoker, Thalia, and Mother of Runes.
Another Mother of Runes. That's a pretty decent hand. I mean, Revoker doesn't do a whole lot, I think.
It shuts off the
Roger's deck.
It's Deathrite Shaman.
It does shut off the Deathrite Shaman. You're right. You're definitely right. It does shut off the Deathrite Shaman, which is relevant.
They don't run Jace, do they? The Grixis Delver?
I don't believe they do. They might run it as like a one-of.
Yeah, I would suspect that they don't. I would just load up on 3-drops more.
Yeah, they're so mana tight as it is. I don't think that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think about the friction Revoker for the death rate. That's actually pretty good here. Did you jam that first or jam Thalia? I feel like you jammed Thalia first just to prevent the young Pyromancer from getting too.
Especially when he's only on 2 land right now. Oh, okay, so he has the.
So ate the Cavern Souls, casting a
I was gonna say because that cuts him off from his 2-cost removal spells like Abrupt Decay, but with the With the Deathrite Shaman, it doesn't matter.
Right. So that's the thing. I guess you play Friction Revoker to shut off the mana gain from Deathrite, or
yeah,
I feel like you just jam Thalia. Especially with being a 2/1 first striker, it prevents Roger from swinging a lot with the tokens and things like that too.
And if his hand is stuff like the Ponder that we just saw,
it becomes increasingly worse.
It just gets harder and harder to actually get into something that does something.
Right. For sure.
So he's gonna draw. Looks like a Deathrite Shaman.
Is that what he got?
Yeah, I think.
Would you want it? No, he's got a Brainstormer and a Scalding Turn.
Okay. I think I saw a Deathrite Shaman in the top 3.
Maybe he left it. I mean, he's had to leave it because it's a Ponder, but
okay.
He's got the fetch land. He's got the fetch land to be able to eat it. You know, what I mean, ship it away. He's got a Cormag Angler too. That's pretty relevant. Having a big fat fatty like that makes Thalia look adorable, right? Swinging for 5 is. I mean, granted, Mother Runes can protect to stop, the blood.
Yeah,
flow,
he's got blocks for days thanks to Mother of Runes, but he's already used 2 of his removal spells.
Right. On Deathrites, and one was
the only other removal spells that are relevant are like Jite.
Legit, yeah, and even then, it's gonna remove
that's like
little
5 turns away.
But that's a really hard time removing the angler though. It's a lot of counters to remove that with an angler. So Roger, that's gonna be really tough to deal with for Alan.
1 mana, 5/5.
I think if you're in Roger's position, I wouldn't nuke the entire graveyard here because you do have a Deathrite Shaman with food. You know what I mean? I would have left up maybe the black blue source or something like that.
I don't think he's bluffing anything in card wise.
He might be. Sanctum Prelate. What is he naming a Sanctum Prelate? I forgot that we had that. I keep forgetting.
I can't hear anything though.
Oh, okay.
Rip.
Well, we'll have to figure that out later. I did spell Alan wrong. You're right.
Alan.
I did. I'm bad at this game. I'm spelling Alan wrong. Fortunately, our headphones aren't working, so we can't get what the Sanctum Prelate was named on.
It usually names 1 against them.
I feel like it
to blink their. Yeah. Well,
it looks like 1. Yeah, because he's brainstormed the response, which is why he left up the blue.
Yeah, but he could have paid 1 mana.
So he's gonna dig and another brainstorm.
Because it takes 2 mana to Thalia. We're just behind Roger. Roger knows what he's doing.
Yes. That he does. So to just jam with Cormag here. You got a Daze and a Brainstorm. You can Brainstorm to make more tokens.
Well, attacking doesn't.
He's kind of a little locked, though.
Attacking doesn't do anything here, right?
Well, with an Angler, yeah.
It turns off Mother of Runes, and he's afraid to do that.
Right. I mean, that's something you have to trade. I mean, what if Roger has a Bolt? That's relevant, right? It's going to make Alan have to think.
If I were Alan here, I would take the 5.
I would eat the 5 and block a token. Or block 2 tokens, maybe with the Sanctum.
And then gives it protection.
Oh, no, he's going to do that instead. So he dropped the... Sorry.
So he doesn't... He's not fearing Bolt specifically because of the Sanctum Prelate?
Oh, yeah. It's 1
Can
mana.
he cast that? Yeah. Alan catches...
It can't be cast, so...
Yeah, Alan catches it.
It's going to
go back to his hand.
You're right, the Bolt. Yeah, so that makes... And that most of Roger's removal is going to be either in the form of Dismember...
What's the new one?
Dismember at 3 mana. Fatal Pushes
at
1 mana, and Lightning Bolt.
So that's turned off as well.
I mean, we definitely know. I mean, he could Dismember, but that's going to be life and/or mana on Roger's side anyway. So, Revoker, Nimi.
So do you think he exiled extra cards out of his graveyard? Do you think he was even considering the fact that the Phyrexian Revoker was going to come down and just blank it eventually?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think
it was probably just the other thing where it was like he wanted to make sure he
be able to brainstorm. Yeah. I think that was more what it was. Is he just wanted to be able to brainstorm. And that's the thing. There's no lands in the graveyard anywhere, so now he doesn't have that mana source availability.
Yeah.
So Deathrite's just a 1/2.
Pick up.
Oh, that's big. Let's shrink that down.
Yeah, we are just guessing on the Phyrexian Revoker, but if it wasn't Deathrite Shaman,
then
I would be so surprised.
Yes, me too. Then it looks like they're gonna scoop it up.
Transition.
Oh,
we don't need to.
Yeah, why are they? That's interesting.
What just happened?
They scooped up. Do you want to go check and see what happened real fast? That was fast.
Sure.
I was just trying to get the Death Rate Shaman thing up, and then they were done. Interesting. We're gonna find out.
I bet Alan won.
I think Alan won too. I think Alan was able to just lock Roger out of the game at that point. Roger had no removal for the Sanctum Prelate, which meant he had no removal for basically any of Alan's board at that point. So I think he just locked up, and so rather than wasting time, Roger's just running over the board. So Sean's gonna go double check and see what happened on that. Sorry about that, you guys. And he'll be right back in just a second. So out of the board, I know Alan's. He also has yeah, I think Roger scooped too. And Sean's got the sideboard plan of both of these guys, so he'll probably bring it in. I think Roger definitely will bring in Pithing Needle. That seems really good against Mother Runes specifically. Who won? So did Roger scoop? Yeah, okay, that's what we thought.
Yeah, he was just like without any 1-mana spells, and he had him on a good enough clock, especially with the 2 Mother Runes that he could just swing on through.
Yeah, he basically kind of pseudo locked Roger out of the game at that point, and so rather than wasting time, he just scooped it up, right?
Yeah, but
so do you have their sideboards? We could talk about their sideboarding.
Oh yeah. It's on my phone.
Okay, so Roger's got 2 surgical extractions, Fatal Push. Fatal Push will definitely be coming in.
Is that a Pyroclasm?
Ancient Grudge will be coming in. No, those are fire.
Is that Ancient Grudge?
Those are Fire Blasts. That's an Ancient Grudge, yeah.
Okay.
So Fatal Push will probably be coming in. There is a... Oh, what's the 1-mana, -1/-1? Dark Blast. He's got Dark Blast. I can see Dark Blast definitely coming in. He's got another True Name that might also come in.
I like the True Name.
I like Pithing Needle, Ancient Grudge, Fatal Push,
Pithing Needle.
True Name. Yeah, because Pithing Needle, you can name Mother Runes, or you can name Batterskull, or you can name Aether Vial, or you can name Wasteland, Rich and Import. Like, you have a million things you can name with it. It's a catch-all, especially against
I think until he said Aether Vial, it wasn't on board.
Oh, really?
Really?
I feel like I'm naming off for a lot of good reasons, though. But
good enough reasons to take out a card.
Yeah, I mean, if it shuts down a Rich and Import,
I really don't like diluting my main deck.
Or, like, well, yeah, but you're, okay, so...
Any deck I've ever played, Affinity, Tron, like, all of the cards are in there for a carefully selected reason. Like, is he excited about taking any cards out?
So if Alan jams a Mother of Runes, like, how do you deal with that? Oh, Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle's a perfect
We saw
way
that Alan was willing to use it as, like, okay, I'm going to chump your guy. I'm going to use it as a blocker, and, like...
Yeah,
I guess that was...
But Alan also had it locked out with the Sanctum Prelate.
You're right.
Like, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I think, like, me personally, playing burn spells myself, like, Pithing Needle is definitely Mother Runes. I think.
So is Roger taking out...
is the main prime suspect #1 that you want to be naming.
He's going first, so I don't think he's taking out Days.
But
it's like one of the cards I would be thinking about.
Also, with Cavern Souls,
and Aether Vial.
But that's why Ancient Grudge is good. I think I would take a Days out for Ancient Grudge. With him being on the play, I could see him maybe keeping a small handful of Dazes in, but I think with
it's one of the cards you're looking to cut.
And in Aether Vial, like, it's one of those cards that's definitely worth taking out, I feel like.
Yeah. So he does have a... That has a...
It's got a Jetaxin Probe.
G-Probe, yeah. He's going to be able to see his hand right away. So we're going to be able to see his hand right away.
He's got a Young Pyromancer, Wasteland. Looked like he had Underground Sea. Is that a Cabal Therapy? It looks like he does have a Cabal Therapy too, so you can Jetaxin Probe, Cabal Therapy, nuke Alan's hand. Alan's got a Stoneforge Mystic. I saw. Looks like he's debating on keeping 2 Aether Vials. Or those Council Judgments? They look like Aether Vials. Alan's gonna keep on top. Ooh, this is... Yeah.
3!
And 3!
That's a terrible hand.
Ooh.
I wouldn't have kept that.
I feel like you just... I feel like if you're in Roger's case here, you definitely just... That's almost a given. You just jam your Underground Sea and Cabal Therapy naming Swords of Plowshare.
Oh.
Doesn't get easier than that.
So
oh
we're going to game 3.
Oh, he's gonna name Aether Vial. Okay.
I almost want to say.
I can see the Aether Vial too, just because then Alan's on one land.
Yeah.
But almost like.
And he has a wasteland. Roger has a wasteland, right?
Oh, does he?
Yeah. So he takes away the Aether Vials.
Yeah, you're
locks
right.
him out of the game for potentially.
Yeah, you're right.
Ever.
Potentially. I mean, as many as he can draw out forever. And he, he does have a Young Pyromancer too, so he can Young Pyromancer and then like cast a Ponder or something, and then get a token, and then flashback the token and get the swords. Plowshares too. He's got a Deathrite, 2 Deathrites on top, and something else. I didn't catch what the third card was. Oh, an Angler. Looks like that's an Angler. Yeah, it looks like he just drew an Angler too, so that's rough. Ooh, and he drew a Port. That's even worse because Roger's got the Wasteland for that too.
Another Wasteland. Oh wait,
jam a Deathrite.
Yeah, it's the second Wasteland. I think Grixis Delver only runs 2 Wasteland.
I feel like you just jam Delver and then you. Yeah, or not Delver. Sorry, Deathrite Shaman. Duh. Yeah.
So it looks like Alan is thinking about playing a land.
Yeah, if it's not.
It's a Wasteland!
Yeah, that's really rough. I think you're right. Taking the Aether Vials is up with the right play.
I think I would have wasted there. Personally. Unless he has a 2-drop in his hand. I think he's telegraphing that he has a 2-drop by keeping the Wasteland.
If he has a Friction Revoker or something.
Because I think I would just buy as much time as possible until I get my white source. And the Wasteland is more useful in doing that.
Yeah, but when you're so land light right there, I don't know. Yeah, there's the Cabal Therapy.
Oh.
Oh, he's still gonna see his hand. There's a Council Judgment. That might be ways sandbagging the land too, though. So you can get the. If he eventually draws the 2 white sources, he at least has some removal.
I wasn't aware of this 2 weeks ago, but Council's Judgment can hit True Nemesis.
Yes, it can, because it does not target.
I've never played either of those cards, so it wasn't relevant to me, but that's interesting.
Did he? I thought he did draw an Angler. I'm surprised he didn't just use a tropical island and nuke his board.
There's a second land, and now he goes for it. I think that's weird that he saved it and then went for it.
But it's getting rid of one of the main sources of mana in Roger's hand out of his. What do you mean? It means he can't play True Nemesis this turn unless he had another land, which obviously.
Okay, so it was like.
And it's removing a black source, which is kind of relevant too.
So he's just waiting until he saw the second one, so that he never got to his third
for Council Judgment.
No, I'm saying for True Name, like. If you were gonna wasteland his land, I would have done it the previous turn.
You're right. I don't know. When you kind of get in that situation though, when you're land light, you kind of get a little desperate. You're like, I need to find stuff, things. I need resources.
I'm saying that I need time to find those things, so I'm gonna burn my wasteland to look for my white source because I'm a white deck.
That has ponders and brainstorms and stuff. It's hard because again, like we saw, Roger just drew lands like 6-7. Named Human with the Cavern of Souls. Just jam another Young Pyromancer, and he's got a Lightning Bolt for whatever Alan ends up playing. So if you draw, I mean, realistically, right there. Oh, that's
game 3.
No, that is game 3. You're right.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they had like they recently went to like a 110-person tournament. I forgot what kind of a tournament it was, but it was a Legacy tournament.
Yeah.
And for a few rounds, nobody went to time because there were no tops. I think we're gonna see a lot faster games now.
Oh, definitely.
This is just indicating that.
Hey, Batusai, is that how you say that? Am I butchering that name? Batusai? How's it going?
Batosai.
The
Manslayer.
The Manslayer?
Yeah.
From
Rurouni Kenshin?
Never.
Or Samurai
that.
X?
I've never seen that. I've just been school. Sean is all over the place today. He is on fire. How are you doing today?
Is that what it's from? If I get that right, I'd be happy.
Well, we will see when the lag catches up from the. Do you want to check out Alan's deck list real quick?
His sideboard?
Sideboard? Yeah, we didn't get a whole lot of time because we had to go.
Yeah, they're going lightning fast.
Find out who won and stuff like that.
2 Disenchants, Containment Priest. Okay, 2 Containment Priests.
So like the Council Judgment probably definitely came in.
Yeah, I don't think that's main deck.
I can see Rune Halo coming in because Roger has no way of really dealing with it that I know of. So you can Rune Halo.
What is Rune Halo?
It's a 2 white for an enchantment. This is when it comes to play. You name a card. You gain protection from the chosen card, which is great. It's fantastic. You can name tons of stuff.
Then there's a Rest in Peace.
Do you bring in a Rest in Peace? I mean,
yes.
It shuts off it kind of shuts off the core mag anglers a lot.
I'm on the fence as well.
But also, Alan doesn't care about his graveyard. First off, second off, Roger's running Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, the Deathrite Shaman.
And anglers.
In a prison deck, if you can shut off Deathrite Shaman, and you can just say no to anglers, I'd say that's probably worth it.
Argument you posed last round.
You're right.
Or last game, I mean.
I can see it.
What would you take out for it? You know, and Alan's deck is pretty good as it is main board game 1, or main board as it is against Delver. Like, I feel you know what I mean. I don't know exactly what you'd want to switch out for that. I guess maybe you could take out your.
That's tough.
Your recruiter, maybe. Is that something you do? I feel like, you know what I mean. Recruiter feels a little bit more underwhelming, maybe. But at the same time, going and finding like, your Stonefortress or something. Yeah. Well, and that's right. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard because it's like, what do you take out as a Death and Text player to bring in your other silver bullets, right? Like, Aether Vials. Just kidding.
Never.
To get all of the Aether Vials. Just kidding. And yeah, and Batusai. Did you say that?
Yeah, Batosai.
Batosai. Batosai says you were correct, sir, and you're on fire as well. It does feel okay, but
I am a fan of like when you're like it seems okay, not great, you just don't.
Yeah.
So
right, and that's what I'm saying. Depends.
I think I was just bringing up because I wanted to think about it. I wasn't actually like, yeah, let's bring in the Rest in Peace.
On the Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on what Alan has that he would want to be taking out.
It would be really watering down your deck if you did that.
Although making an angler actually costs what, 7?
7
seems way better than 1. Way better than 1.
It becomes uncastable. Like with your ports and your wastelands, they're never gonna get to 7.
They're never gonna get to 7. I mean, I don't even think they're running. They might be running 7 lands. Period.
If they couldn't beat an angler, period, then it would be worth it. But they can beat an angler. They can fly over it. They can block it forever. They can Swords to Plowshare it. It's not that big of a deal.
Yes, the cam is fixed.
By the way, how's the audio?
Yeah, how's our audio doing? We were messing with it earlier. Let us know if it's good. Well, we just turned it up, I guess. We didn't really mess with it.
That's messing.
It's messing.
Okay, so there's a Delver.
Ooh, he went and grabbed Battle Skull. So, I like the idea of getting Battle Skull just because it's just always good to get. I almost no blind flip on the Delver. No blind flip. That kind of hurts.
It's Christmas?
Good 18. It's always Christmas. We haven't seen more Delver blind flip on this stream than like I ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of amazing.
Steven Davis blind flips Delver more than anything else.
Oh, yes. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had that uncanny luck if I played Delver to just blind flip all the time.
I don't have that kind of luck.
I don't agree with the Battle School either. I think I do like the Jit, and maybe he did have the Jit, or even a Sword of Fire and Ice, like realistically too. We have a Cabal Therapy naming the Battle School. Oh, he has the Jit in hand. Okay, that makes sense.
There it is.
Which is great. I mean, now you're gonna have your Jit come down next turn.
I even like Sword of Fire and Ice better than Battle School. It just keeps like the Delver, the Deathrite Shaman off the board, and if you hit with it once, it's like over since you're just drawing cards. That's my opinion.
See, I like Sword of Fire and Ice too.
And if your guy ends up dying, the Battle Skull is going to be in your hand forever.
And we got to get rid of the Jit by flashing back the Cabal Therapy.
Gives up his
anyway.
Delver. Oh,
for the
plays
Delver.
another
He had
Delver.
another Delver, so.
Alright.
So you just Flicker Wisp and go grab Sophie now. Sort of Fire Nice. Do you just attack here and jam a Flicker Wisp? Yeah, attack. I would just jam Flicker, I think.
Oh, totally.
I think you'd want to keep the Swords of Plowshare for as long as you can for an Angler, since you know what I mean. It's the best removal for that in this situation. I mean, you don't have.
That's your only plan for it right now.
And you have a little bit of life to be able to take some damage from the Delver for a while if it does flip before it becomes a problem.
I'm trying to do the math on how close he is to actually being able to cast it. He has 5.
He can pay 2 mana to activate the Stoneforge Mystic next turn, and then he has 2 mana because he has the other.
Oh, I'm talking about Roger and the Angler. He's 1 fetch land away.
Yes. Right. I don't think from what we're seeing Roger has it. He does have a Death Right and Shaman in his hand as well. Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. Spell Pierce. Flip the Delver. So Spell Pierce is actually going to be pretty good against the swords if it ever happens, but that's like the only big thing.
Isn't Stoneforge still out?
Spell
Pierce.
Yeah, Spell Snare. Spell Pierce. 1 blue counter target.
Yeah, but Stoneforge Mystic just gives it a middle finger.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was talking about the flipping. It's good that it flipped.
Oh.
But I'm saying it's bad because that's only really good against the equipment and Aether Vial, and at this point, like, that's not what I'm going to be doing. And you can try to counter the Swords of Plowshare, but Alan knows he has it in his hand, so he'll just keep the 2 mana up.
Maybe
Spell Pierce was
not
one of
the
best
cards you wanted to take out.
Yeah, the Spell Pierce was just not a great card to be drawing right there. I guess what I'm getting at. I think you just jam the sword, right?
There's also the play of you could just tap down his lands, and like, is he far enough ahead on board?
Yeah.
To just be like, I'm gonna.
But taking 3 more damage for that. Yeah, I like this play. Just pass turn. Maybe attack with the Flicker Wisp if you really want to, but just pass turn seems really good here.
Definitely attack.
I didn't know he'd drawn the Mother Runes because with Mom he could protect his Stoneforge Mystic and things like that. You know, in case he tries to bolt or fatal push it. And then also you can still activate and he can still swords if he decides he wants the swords too. So I think I would have taken Pierce out as well. I definitely agree with you. That double port though is going to be really, really handy once Alan can get that Sword of Fire Nice hooked up to something. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So, if it connects, if that Sword of Fire Nice connects, Alan is so favored to win this game.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and with the Mother Runes being out there, it's gonna
connect. Yeah, definitely.
SPG.
See, I would have done that too. I think I would have done the Flicker Wisp play too. I think that Alan is just playing to a more grindy game, maybe, or more safe. I think he's just trying to go for the more safe play here.
Playing not to lose.
Playing not to lose, not to win.
That's what. Yeah, the Death and Taxes.
The problem is that with the True Name Nemesis, Alan doesn't have a whole lot of options for the True Name Nemesis, and his main source of life gain, which was Batterskull, is now in the graveyard.
He can erase it, and he can give his stuff protection. He can fly over it.
But I mean, now Alan's got Roger on a clock. He's swinging for 5 here, pro blue.
Not only a clock, but he's gonna get more and more ahead on card advantage.
Right.
That I don't think the Grixis Delver doesn't generate that many cards. It just plays value stuff and tries to tempo.
Right. And this is putting him. See,
he did bring it in.
Rest in peace. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm excited about the rest in peace. You got Spell Pierce, which is fine because you have the Swords of Plowshare that's now not going to.
We're way too excited about that, but
I'm excited about it.
But the Spell Pierce is out of his hand. Like,
yeah, I think he can definitely race.
He's doing 5 a turn with his 1 guy.
Yeah, and he can still and 7 if he decides to redirect the Sophie to Roger. But I definitely like the idea of killing Deathrite Shaman and stemming any life gain that Roger may or may not have. Plus, that's 2 extra damage that Alan would be taking per turn. I think if you're in Alan's position, you're actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
Especially because worst case scenario,
like 6 to 1.
You can Swords of Plowshare your own Flicker Wisp and then hook up Sword of Fire Ice to a different guy. And gain 5 life and buy yourself effectively a turn and a half.
If you're in the mood for cheese. Wait, what's he doing to this? Oh yeah, he did.
He's
countered
doing an
this.
angler. Yeah.
I was so elated that he even brought it in that I thought
Do
he
you even
landed
worry?
it.
I don't even know if you worry about this angler. I don't
The
think I
angler?
would swords it at all because you have mother runes to just block and tap.
No, you do.
Do
Like,
you?
I would just burn the spell. What's the spell doing in your hand? You want to leave that Mother Runes tapped more than anything.
Yeah. And we'll see what Alan's got going on. So he's gonna attack for 5. Trigger, Deathrite Shaman, nuke.
Am
I'm a little surprised
am I
Roger didn't
John
just...
Tron's flesh and blood?
No, I think healing the Delver was right because for the first trigger, just because Delver's doing a lot more damage than Deathrite. Deathrite was just kind of standing around. There wasn't, and Roger wanted to keep the cards in his graveyard too because of the angler.
Yeah.
And you would have double ported black on upkeep. I could see that. I guess that stops. It does effectively the same thing where angler gets shut out a little bit. That's true.
John Tron is like a Let's Play person on YouTube.
Okay. Stoneforge Mystic. Is he gonna fail to find here?
Yeah.
Take 1. Oh, he's a YouTuber? Okay. Sanctum Prelate. I wonder what he will name once again. Naming 1.
Let's just leave it. The game has like 1 or 2 turns.
But
Covers up the screen.
Yeah. So Alan still has the Swords of Plowshare in his hand. Oh, and I'm just gonna scoop. Yeah.
Alan wins.
He had a Ponder and another Angler.
It was closer than I thought. Like, when he started swinging with that Sword of Fire and Ice, I was just like, he's not even going to come close to winning. And then he landed Angler, and he landed True Name Nemesis.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So I was a little confused why he went and grabbed Batter School. I mean, Batter School is, I think, the right pick, especially with him having Jit in his hand already. And, like, me, I guess I would have been a little bit greedy. I'm like, I'm going to go get Sword of Fire and Ice because I know this just hoses him, and card advantage is a thing. Like, and it actually worked in Alan's favor that he went and grabbed Batter School instead because of the Cabal therapies on Waters. That's what it kind of felt like.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, we did see the Ancient Grudge come in, and I think maybe the True Name, that might just be still there from the battlefield, and looks like he did bring that in. And he took 2 days out, okay, and he kept the Detect and took a Detect.
So is Days better than Spell Pierce as a card to take out?
Yeah, because the land, I guess the only trade-off is that you can, like, bolt something and then Daze in response to a Wasteland and bounce the land that he's trying to Wasteland back, you know what I mean? But against Alan, against Death and Taxes, it's hard. You want to be keeping up in the mana resource space anyway. You know what I mean? I feel like Spell Pierce is at least more mana efficient. Maybe that's weird saying that way, but like it just keeps more lands on the battlefield. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
So, and Alan did bring in the Rune Halos too, which seems really.
You're saying, oh, man. I want to say it's the better tempo play, but the free counterspell though.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like, I don't know. It's 6. I could definitely see why Roger brought in the Spell Pierce instead. And it counters Council's Judgment, which is pretty relevant too, which we did see game 1. Or no, we saw that game 2 when Alan got hosed out of his lands.
But Council's Judgment, the majority of the time, I want to say, is when he's pretty much tapping out for it. 4 land is a lot most of the time.
For what? Say that one more time. So it's transitioning the camera.
Oh, that's fine. Council's Judgment, he's tapping out for most of the time. So I'm saying the 1 mana for Days versus the 2 for Spell Pierce.
I feel like Spell Pierce is just better. Well, and like the fact that...
I was saying the opposite. I was like...
Oh, you're saying that you think that
I think the Days
better?
is just better because you can just play out your guys, try to go under...
Yeah, but in an instance where Alan has 3 mana and has a Jit in his hand, he's like, Jit, like, it's really hard to be like, oh, Days. Where Spell Pierce is a little bit more of like a solid, okay, yeah, I get that. I think there's definitely an argument for both. I can see keeping Days in to try to like work around the Wastelands if you have that play available to you. I mean, you're playing a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops, so you're going to be jamming stuff throughout the game, so it's going to be hard to have that extra mana available.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's harder to play around Spell Pierce, for sure.
We actually, our meta is very varied, actually. We have a lot of different things here.
Do you know if the Dragon Stompy guy showed up?
I don't know if Dragon Stompy is here.
I think that deck is placed amazingly right now, because there's... What plays basics?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I mean, there's a few decks that run a few basics, but it's not nearly as many.
Yeah. Like, there's not the biggest deck in the format.
I don't know why this is round 3 of the 4. It was won by Josh. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm going to try to move that real quick.
If you click on it over here, it'll pop up which. Oh.
Sorry, I'm gonna fix that real quick just because that's gonna drive me crazy.
Right there.
But sorry. Okay. What were we just saying?
What decks are in the format?
What decks are in the format? Oh yeah, we have. It's very. Wow, I can't talk. The meta here is varied. We have a lot of people. We actually just had a GPT last week. If you guys want to check out, kind of at least our top 8. I was in it. I was top 8. I was the Punishing Jund player. But
did I ever text you about that? I watched your match.
Did you? I got so hosed on.
What happened? There was something notable.
Oh, the mulligans down to 4 and 5 a lot.
No.
That was really rough. But we have a lot of Sneak and Show. We have a lot of Stoneblade. We've got some Lands players. We have lots of Delver. We have some.
I think we have tons of Delver and tons of
an Ant
Sneak and
deck
Show
list that runs around. Our test player currently is not playing Legacy. Let's see what else is there. There's Burn. Burn is more of a Tuesday night at our Tuesday night events.
There's always the guy that shows up with Burn, though.
Yeah, right. There is always the few guys that show up with Burn. We do have some Infect players as well. Show and Tell already named that. But yeah, and we had Slivers from Jacob Penrod.
One back to basics in the main deck. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm saying. Like this format right now, you can just play back to basics in your main deck and win.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I like Dragon Stompy so much because you get to play Blood Moon.
Oh, I actually really want to play Destructive Flow. It's Jund. It's green, red, black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice a non-basic. I really want to play that deck so bad, but I think Punishing Jund is just better because of the Girl that Burn Willows, Punishing Fire combo. But yeah, we don't have any Nick Fit. We don't have any Nick Fit. We have one player who casually plays Nick Fit. He's in the process of building it, but he plays Death in Texas. And obviously, we do have Death in Texas with Alan just on stream.
Didn't Nick Fit used to play top as well?
Nick Fit, some of the deck lists did, yes. So they got a little worse without Nick Fit.
Yeah, but I still think
the
deck functions almost the same.
Yeah, the difference is that you're not able to set up as efficiently, but you still get your values out and stuff like that just as much. So I think it just makes it so you don't have nearly as many turn 1 plays. Is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
But that's still definitely a thing. Yeah.
It was like one of those cards where it's just like, this card is just bonkers, and I have shown so many shuffle effects anyway that I play it, but it's not essential to the deck. It doesn't like revolve around it like Miracles did.
Yeah.
And I am seeing, there's just tons. One of the fads I think right now is to play Miracles without top.
Oh,
see
yeah,
if it still
I
works.
saw that. There was one of the lists I saw was running the same mana base basically, and it had one Blood Moon randomly out of it. It was very interesting.
Huh. So it's like Blue Moon, but
with one Blood Moon.
But Legacy.
Yeah, and they ran predicts and everything still too. I mean, I don't know. It took it down a MTGO event, I think is what happened or something like that. So
I always think that there's a place for a Miracles-like deck that is just board wipes the deck.
Yeah, I think that you could definitely do a Stoneblade-esque deck. Well, and that's what Eric plays.
The thing is, a Stoneblade,
Eric plays
so many.
Deathblade.
It plays creatures. That's how it wins, though. I feel like there should be a deck in the format that just is
Eric,
I play 1 or 2 creatures and then wipe.
Well, I think it's harder to do that though. Like Eric, for instance, runs Deathblade, Esper Deathblade, and so it's a lot of Thought Seizes and Egoist Kozilek's counter spells and things like that. And then he has the Supreme Verdicts and things so that he can just wipe the board.
Yeah, it's not the same though. It's 1 or 2 max.
You're right, and it's not this. Well, I mean, Terminus still running maybe 3 in Miracles. So,
but you saw them
every time, always clutch because you had a million ways of finding them. Yeah. I think that they definitely probably should have banned Terminus instead of banning Top. But I see with the idea of them having.
I don't think the power level was ever the reason they banned Top. I think it was everything going to time.
Yes.
And everyone being sick of that.
Yeah, especially with GP Vegas coming up here in less than a month.
Yes.
Definitely, because the idea that just actually it's a month away.
Yeah, they'd be hour-long rounds.
And especially when you have if you have 3,000 people in a tournament, and you know that Miracles is the best deck in the format as far as having answers to the most things. I mean, I like Miracles. I think it's okay, but I think that I personally would rather play something different personally. But Miracles just having the best win percentage against most of the decks out in the field right now. a lot of people will be sleeping that up and taking it. And unfortunately, a lot of people haven't put the time and effort into learning that deck, which means that they're taking, like you said, going to time a lot more. Which I mean, we have 3,000 people playing. That's a lot of people going to time for no reason, especially because there's lots
it was
of
always the
plays.
deck that you played, but you didn't want to play, so you didn't have practice with the deck.
Right. And
go to time.
Yeah, and it's hard to depending on if you have a good play group, it's different. But just if you're like a kind of casual legacy player, it's really hard to find someone you want to be playing against Miracles or playtesting.
That was another
especially if you
thing.
dominate them a lot.
Who wants to sit across the table from Miracles?
Yeah, and I think a lot of you could definitely try goldfishing it maybe, just to kind of get the reps in and remembering what was where, things like that. I was working on that. I know like Ray probably done a lot of that. Ray was
amazing.
Ray and Josh are definitely some of the best Miracle players I've seen. Out of Utah, at least. I mean, locally, and yeah, I even arguably even would have gone to GPs and stuff too. But they spent tons of time, years playing these decks and having that experience, which is great and helps them with their games. They rarely went to time. But again,
there was two that didn't know the deck. They were bringing it because they heard it was the best deck. A pro person told them that it's the best deck.
And that's how you learn. You take that.
And their buddy who actually plays it can't show up to the big tournament, so they're like, I'm going to play the best deck at this tournament, and I'm going to top 8. And then they just go to time 4 times.
So you play stacks.
I don't go to time.
You don't go to time? I guess Clockwork Colossus gets there really quickly.
I rarely go to time. It's more than most people, because I have, not very many win cons in my deck.
I guess the trade-off is that you can lock them out a lot quicker. Like, you grind it to a halt on turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, and then after that, then it kind of gets
the games faster. I lose are very quick.
Right? You don't have to find the things. Yeah, you do lose. If you do lose, you lose.
Yeah, like
the random player does creepy corrosion, gets you good.
I rarely go to time, is what every Miracle player says, though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's. I think I didn't go to time because I've played stacks for 2 years.
And you have the experience playing that.
And I hate going to time so much that I played around it, and I was just
and we've seen you on stream
jam.
playing too, and a lot of times when you get close to going to time, or you kind of can sense that you're losing, it's slipping, and you're losing the edge, that you'll just scoop because hey, next game, I'm gonna just get a better shot kind of thing, which I think is a lot better. I definitely think I agree with you, Jorgensen. I think that people are definitely biased towards themselves and saying that they think that they don't go to time when really they might. I mean, I thought I never went to time, and then last GPT I was at time 3 times. It was crazy. Playing Punishing Gun, which I mean, a lot of those matchups were very, very difficult and very, very close. And I usually won because of lightning bolt is just too good. But Punishing Gun can be slow because you're draining people for 1 life. You know what I mean? Every turn for a while, sometimes, you know what I mean? Because you're just waiting to top
20 turns later.
You know what I mean? But otherwise, sometimes you just jam a Goyf and you kill him on turn 4.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
And it's just that the 1 drain life can't happen twice in your 3 games,
right.
Or else you go to time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's worth the biggest offender was top.
Yeah, I think so too. And
I don't miss it.
I really want, like you were talking about earlier, I really do want another control list in the meta because of things for instance, in our MTG top 8 last week, Slivers. I mean, the Slivers deserve to be there because it's surprisingly really, really good.
Yeah, I played against that deck
last time.
Last Vegas.
Yeah,
and I beat it, but it was it's a good deck.
It's surprisingly good, and that's the thing is it's really good against the fair decks because it just goes wide, but also goes big at the same time.
Yeah.
And so you have a hard time dealing with it. And without having the deck with Miracles around, all those creature-based heavy decks.
That's what I was saying.
Just gonna run away. Yeah.
There's gonna be
elves.
more aggro decks.
Yeah, and we've seen Elves definitely pick up too, because Elves has a really good matchup against a lot of things right now. Yeah, it's interesting, to see what's going on. So, sorry, we're just chatting right now. We are kind of waiting for round 2. We're going to go check and see how much time is left in the round. And we can kind of get an idea. We're just kind of waiting. Allen won 2-1. Death and Texas taking it down against Rogers Grixis Delver List. This is my first time doing all this camera stuff and streaming to Facebook and Twitch and everything, so
7.5
just bear with
minutes.
us. We got 7.5 minutes left. So you can hang out and chill with us, or we'll be back at 8:24 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So we'll be back. That's when we'll get the next round going. But as you're saying, like, yeah, and like Owls has definitely seen a much more play because of Miracles not being around.
Elves, yeah.
And like Elves is great. Like it can win very, very quickly, and it's very, very efficient.
It's just, I like combo decks that have two ways of winning, and that it can just make enough 1/1s that it can kill you.
Right. It can just
And
go
then,
wide enough that it gets in there.
I think we're gonna see more of it, but the people who want to play it are still probably trying to track down their Guy's Cradle or like saving enough paychecks.
Yeah, and like it runs Cavern Souls, which are not as expensive now as they used to be with the reprint. Runs Bayous. Let's see what else is really expensive, or not really expensive in that list. You have
The rest of the deck is pretty cheap because they're just cheap elves.
It's pretty cheap for the most part. I
Like
think.
the
And
Crater
most of
Hoof
the-
Behemoth.
Yeah, well, Crater Hoof got a reprint. Like most of the main key cards.
Are they
even
still
Death Ray
playing-
Shaman has seen a reprint.
What's
recently.
the 4-mana green thing?
So
Sack
Guy's
green
Cradle.
creature.
That's what I'm trying to think. Natural Order.
Natural
Natural
Order.
Orders are like what, like 10 to 15.
Oh, is that
bucks maybe? I think they're not very expensive. Let me look and see. I will find out. We have the capabilities.
I got Progenitist with Natural Order with my Stacks deck.
Really?
Yeah.
The one time I got a Progenitus out in the field against me, I had the Toxic Deluge, and I promptly did it for 10. And it felt bad,
Wow.
but it also didn't really feel that
No.
bad. Kind of felt like a win. Oh yeah, they're like $13 for near mint on TCG right now. So, but yeah, definitely the Guy's Cradles are definitely the most. But if you think about it, so
I think the deck is playable without them if you wanted to like sleeve it up and just like that sounds terrible
but-
that it's not.
oh, Glimpse of Natures are pretty expensive too. Actually, I think they're like $20 to $30.
But like if you just played Elvish Arc Druid,
That's not so bad though.
It
No,
does,
Guy's
but-
Cradle is what allows you to just go off though when you play
I think
Glimpse of Nature.
I think the deck is still functional.
I mean,
like,
I think that you could.
You'd feel bad
I
about
think you could
playing
play
it,
it, but I think that you would.
and you'd definitely be wanting. You'd be wanting to get them, but I think if you like the only deck you want to play is Elves, and you want to show up, I think you should just do it
Yeah.
without them and just start showing up.
At least get the reps in, maybe. Like, definitely play testing.
I think you'll win more games than you think. Legacy's not as scary as
Yeah, I
everyone
think-
says it is.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with the amount of wastelands going on. And like Balls of Steel said, I mean, $800 for Guy's Cradles is like buying what 3 Energosies almost. Like
Yeah.
or you know what I mean, which is a Delver list. So think about the cost of a Delver list versus the cost of
So
a
it's a
Delver
relatively
list.
cheap deck overall.
It's a relatively cheap deck overall. I think there are cheaper decks out there still that you could play that would be
Oh, yeah.
competitive, but
But the cheaper decks aren't really fun. I want to say like Burn and Manaless Dredge are the cheapest decks in the format.
yeah, but they have like they win on turn 1 on occasion, but most of the time it's just a big break. That's
Yeah.
the problem. Like
You just
somebody's
lose
like,
to
oh,
yourself.
I have a daze. You're like, oh, I lose. Okay, that's fun. Yeah, or a forcible even. And like Jorgensen just said, buying guys because right now with Elves being on the hype would be a bad thing because they're on the hype right now and you'd be buying in them when they're really expensive. So if you're definitely doing Elves, would wait a couple months and let it just kind of calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Burn is always definitely. I think Burn's actually cheaper. It's cheaper in Legacy than it is in Modern because you don't run fetches. You don't
Yeah,
duels,
it's like
it's straight mono red.
Mono.
Most of those cards have been reprinted in the last couple
I
years.
don't know how long ago was it. Maybe 2 or
You could
3
find
years.
really
But
easily.
it used to run Thalia's. Like when Thalia first came out, it was like
Really?
you splash white for Thalia.
I think it was a
Yep.
different meta.
Yeah,
wasn't
definitely,
it?
but
Definitely a different meta.
I thought that was super
I think that's
cool.
when Ant and Test was like blowing up everywhere too.
Yeah, that was
So
probably.
you needed to stem them a little bit. Burn is fun.
I've
but-
thought about making it my second deck.
Burn.
Yeah.
I think that you can
Like-
easily get into it.
I get tournament fatigue, like a lot. After 4 rounds, I want my rounds to be 10 minutes, and I want to walk away, and I want to get a hot
Especially
dog.
after playing stacks. When
Yeah.
you're like okay, I
Okay,
have to
yeah,
do
I don't go to
maneuvering
time,
and
but I
things like that.
consistently take half an hour for my round.
Right. Because you're versus Burn, you're just like, oh hey, we're done in 10 minutes. Hey, do you
Yeah.
want to go grab a bite to eat? I'll drive.
That's why in
Like-
Modern, when I go to a bigger tournament, instead of playing Tron, I preferred to play Affinity because it's either over or it's not.
Right.
And that's preferable
He's
to
really
me.
good in modern though. I mean, modern. I mean, Burns really good in Legacy too. But
That's why I think like when people were calling Miracles the best deck,
I wish that Goblins was still a thing. I so do. I kind of miss Goblins a little bit. They kind of.
I think that Goblins could make a resurgence with just like
well, now that Miracles
main deck Blood Moon.
Yeah, if Miracle's not in the meta anymore, I think they definitely could.
Maybe there won't be like a Goblin tribal deck, but just like Rabble Masters in a Blood Moon deck.
I think they need just like one more like 1 mana good one. Well, they have Goblin Lackey, they have Goblin Guide. I don't know. I think
Legion
and
something.
with Miracles being gone, I think that they definitely get better. I think the issue is that it doesn't have well, and you have Parasite Pillar, I guess, or even Eidolon if you're wanting to play against Burn or not Burn
That's a sideboard card.
Storm. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to think of like what matchups of Goblins would have a really hard time against, and it was probably Miracles. I think it just dies the combo though. Like, and that's right. And that's the same. Like sideboard, you would get better at combo, but even then, like it's hard. I don't know. Interesting. But then again, like if you play against,
so I was saying, like I don't think
if you play against Deathblade,
if you want to build a Goblin deck, you
verdict.
end up just going, well, I'll just play a whole bunch of hate spells and this Rabble Master. Because Rabble Master, I feel like is really good right now.
I think you do a black red Goblin deck maybe with like Thoughtseizes and stuff. Because their black red Goblins aren't half bad. I play mostly mono red. Most of them are just EDH cards that are popping in my mind.
You'd get to play Mountains.
Goblins having the hasty guys and the recruiter to fill back up your hand was pretty good. But yeah, they're just really bad against combo. Yeah, they just don't have a whole lot of interaction, unfortunately. Are you doing a red-white goblins?
I like the red-white goblins better because you end up like
Dahlias. Yeah. Or even Aether's one Canvas, which you wouldn't want to do because you're casting multiple spells per turn. But,
no.
I don't know.
What's the Rest in Peace? So Rest in Peace is like one of the sideboard cards that I think actually does work.
Oh, it's
amazing.
Yeah. You just talked to me about it. It was okay though. You said, it's okay.
In that match.
I gotta poke the bear.
I know.
I gotta poke the bear. We're talking crap on it. I'm like, I thought he was really good.
He brought it in though.
Well, okay. So what's the question? Mono red goblins, or Dragon Stomp?
I think Dragon Stompy.
You think Dragon Stompy is better?
I think that deck is.
I don't think you're wrong.
Really powerful.
I have actually not seen a goblin or
like 4 Magus of the Moon, 4 Blood Moon, and then you just
you can
then you just play
goblins, though.
Ancient Tomb and
you can do that in goblins.
And what's it called?
At the same time though,
like Trinisphere.
Yeah.
That deck doesn't need that many sloths, and it just runs like Planeswalkers, and it just has enough
it's a lot like Scred.
Blood Moons, so it can get to 4 mana.
Maybe like Wildfire. It's a lot like Wildfire. I like the Red Prison list. Basically Dragon Stompy, but bridges and no dragons.
And that deck gets to run. I don't remember. It was like Fiery Confluence or something that you can like. You can burn like you can choose the same option like more than 1 times on this card, and it's like a do 1 to everything.
Yeah.
And so it's one of the decks that like if the format keeps going into aggro, that's time.
Okay, so that's time.
But if it keeps going into
go see if they.
If it's time, then we've got like 5 minutes.
It's true. It's Legacy. They probably put it around time. So
I'm just gonna finish my
Fire
thought.
Confluence is legit.
Yeah, it's like one of the that deck runs more board wipes than any other deck in the format right now because it gets to run 4.
It's true. Yeah, and it has options. Doesn't it like destroy artifacts and stuff too?
Yeah. Bring it up on the screen. I want to go.
All right, I'm gonna do that. So they just got done. I do not vape. No, I do not. No vape niche here. No vape niche. I don't think Sean does. But we can ask him when he gets back. So they just called time in the round for Legacy. Sean's going to check on that and see if there's anybody on time or not and where we're at for round 2. We'll get that going here soon. I'm going to look up Fiery Confluence, though, because I have not seen this card other than when I flip through the EDH cards that are coming out. So I'm really curious to see what's going on. So I'm gonna bounce it back to the table real quick just so you can take a look at this card. So fire compliments. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode. Deal 1 damage to target each creature. Deal 2 damage to each opponent. So 4 mana for 6 damage isn't terrible. And also destroy a target artifact. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. So sorry, transition back. Who definitely vapes?
Legacy players, pairings for round 2 are posted.
Okay, so Legacy just got posted. I'll be right back. Well, actually, just wait till Sean gets back and then we'll see what happens. So, is there anything that you guys specifically want to see on stream? We usually just go with whoever won the last round and who's kind of higher seeded. Is there anything that you guys would like to see though? Any decks at all? We have a very varied format here. This we're out of Draper in Utah. Lands if it's around. Punishing Jund. Yeah, Punishing Jund. I don't know if there's anybody playing Punishing Jund tonight, but we can see. Tez. I can see if Tez is playing. I know that Ian usually plays Tezzerator, but he's actually been doing the Imperial Recruiter. Oh my goodness, I just lost it. Grindstone deck. So Agroloma's. I think we do have an Agrolom too. I'll go check on that real fast and see which ones we can play. Pox. We do have a Pox player in the room, but unfortunately he is drafting. I don't think he is playing Legacy, but I'll go check on that real fast. I'll be right back.
Real round 2 pairings are posted. I'll be interested to see how it turns out.
Okay, sorry about that. We're back. So we got. Let me transition this real fast. We've got Reanimator on the right. And we've got Maverick on the left. So none of the things you guys asked for. It's similar to Dead Guy L. They just got it set up for us a little bit faster than I can go and see. Did you get the names at all?
Drew and Michael? Drew was on... Who's the guy in the red hoodie?
He's on Maverick. Yep. Okay. Sorry about the wait, you guys. I feel like Maverick is got a good shot post board. I mean, Caracas is really good, right?
You might run Containment Priest. Do you know if that's a thing?
Containment Priest is really good. I think they definitely run them in the sideboard. I don't think they run them in the main specifically.
Oh
because,
yeah, you don't run it in the main.
You don't. The idea of
I can't
green Sun
remember.
Zenith and you have a Containment
I
Priest.
can't remember, but I
bad.
think that the Maverick player might be playing the blue version, with the
Like a Bant?
what's it called? It combos with
Oh,
they do
Coral Helm?
yeah, Coral
Helm?
retreat to Coral
Okay.
Helm.
I guess we will find out if he's doing that. I don't know if he is. I think that's a different.
Was that somebody else?
Different Maverick player that was doing that. Yeah.
Because that was real
Brent.
cheesy.
I know
That got
Brent.
me.
I know Brent was running.
Okay.
I don't think
this guy is.
Yeah.
Then.
That'd
But
be interesting to see, but I don't.
Does he run Swords to Plowshares?
Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Okay.
the main removal in Maverick. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Which is why I think Maverick has a good shot, at least game 2, game 3, because Caracas is good, Deathrite Shaman is good.
You don't even think game 1?
Containment Priest is good. Swords of Pleasure. I think it's
sides
depending
are
on
switched, by the way.
who's first. What was that?
Just want to drag those. The
Are they-
titles are on
they
the wrong side. Yeah.
That's so much easier than erasing. There we go. I think that's definitely. It depends on who goes first. I think if Mike goes first, which it looks like Mike is gonna go first. Oh, double Chancellor. Maybe he might not be going first. But if Mike goes, then that's harder for Drew. But if Drew goes first, I think then it's a little bit more favored for him.
So the Maverick player is going first.
19. Yeah. Maybe we'll see if he's got Coronals in his deck.
I would doubt it
I
if
doubt
it
it
wasn't the
too.
one guy.
Yeah, that's Brent that runs the
That's more
Coronals.
brewy.
He has a lot of shock lens in his deck too, because he's still getting the land set up for it. So
No shame in that, though. If anybody has Shocklands, I would still show up.
So that's good. He casts some other runes to
Yeah,
get rid of the 2 Chancellors, so he can get some real answers.
Mother of Runes in this matchup is almost irrelevant. Like,
yeah, I mean, if Mike gets a Tide Spout Tyrant out, maybe.
no,
Even then, it's no.
it's one of the cards you're cutting.
I think it just
Post-board.
becomes like a Squire, or no, not Squire, just a 1/1 beater at that point.
Yeah.
It's not going to do a whole lot of good.
Yeah.
So Chromox, Imprinting, and Entomb. That's something you don't want to see if you're in Drew's side. Is it basically says Mike has the stuff already ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Unmask, exiling a Thoughtseize, targeting himself. He's going to reveal. He's going to pitch a Grizzlebrand. Ooh.
That's a discard spell, right? Unmask?
Yes, yeah, and you can exile a black card from your hand rather than pay its mana cost, which is why he discarded his own Grizzlebrand. He's going to cast Reanimate on the Grizzlebrand, put this fatty into play.
Reanimate's the one that makes you take damage, is it?
You lose life, yeah. I believe Grizzlebrand, and Drew's just going to skip it up from there.
Dang.
That's rough. I mean, if Drew had the swords, maybe. But at the same time, Mike still had a land he could play.
So this is the red-black Reanimator?
Yes. Yeah.
And so the red-black Reanimator, I feel like it just goes off in the first 2 turns, or it doesn't ever. Just personally.
If you don't interact with it, then yeah.
Yeah, but I feel
What do they have in their sideboards?
I didn't write them down.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It looked like they were going to start. I just wanted to run in here.
Just get it going. Okay. So yeah, Surgical Extraction might be good too.
I'd imagine those 4 cards on the
I don't-
table already are those
I don't
Mother
know
of
if
Runes.
Maverick knew he was against Reanimator too. And judging from a little bit I saw, his hand would have been good against a lot of things other than Reanimator.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Drew?
That was right.
I thought Mike was. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on the names. Do you want to go double check?
Wait. Maybe he means that the Mike is the Maverick player.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Maybe I mixed them up. I ran in for 2 seconds and I didn't get a good look at who was who. So
Okay,
I'm
run in
sorry, man. I'm sorry, Sean. We'll get it sorted out. I'm pretty sure Mike's on Reanimator, but maybe I'm wrong. We're not getting a good look at their sideboarding, so we will find out. Is it Drew on the left? Okay.
They are switched.
They're
I
switched.
didn't have to run over there.
Because I'm
I
bad.
remember.
Okay. I didn't get a good look at who was who. My bad. So let's... There. Black Red Maverick? What?
Yeah.
Choose on reanimator. I know, I typed in...
Click on them up there.
I know. No, I just... We're good. Rich is having a moment. I'm sorry, everybody. Alright, cool. We're back. This is why we can't have nice things.
We're trying our hardest.
There we go. Okay, we're all caught up. Oh, hey Ian, how's it going? How are you doing? We had some people asking for Tesserator earlier today. Where were you?
Ooh, I would
I
love
miss
to see
your
Tesserator.
magnificent beard, sir.
See Ian, I know.
Ian, that plays here.
Okay.
Okay, so they're shuffling up. So Maverick, I mean, he definitely will probably mulligan a lot more aggressively now, knowing he's against Reanimator.
Yeah.
But having, I mean, it countered the Mother Runes. Having double chance of turn one is pretty rough too. Oh, you're running at 10k in the morning? Dang, dude. That does not sound enjoyable. I can't run.
Sure, tape your nipples.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, when your shirt's bouncing.
I've never had that problem.
Oh, really? I thought that was like a common thing.
No.
Maybe that's just for longer races.
I ran like
Bleed.
long distance in junior high, a little bit in high school,
Not
through
far enough.
javelin, like the pound. I guess. I guess 10 kilometers is a lot more than a mile, but
Yeah. That's when you're
So,
running for like hours and hours and
yeah,
hours.
that doesn't sound fun. They have shirts though. Do they have shirts that have like the protectors or something like that? I don't know. Just got Dark Ritual.
I don't know. Do I look like a runner to you?
I mean, do you? Could
No.
be, I don't know. I don't even look like a runner. Like,
Yeah, you do. You're
I do
skinny,
not.
you have legs.
That is not, yeah. My legs are twigs. That is the pure sign that I'm not a runner. I guess sprinters are more that have the muscular legs anyway. But
Brandon was a runner.
yeah, I know. We've talked.
Does he look like he is?
No, me and Brandon have similar body builds, I think.
Hmm.
That's that wrestler body build. But anyway, I digress. Magic.
If they're not playing.
They're
getting ready.
They're
Getting
getting
ready.
ready. It's hard to see what's going on. So he's getting a reanimate spell.
Maverick
Then a
is going
faithless
first.
looting. Looks like he might have a faithless looting.
Scries a card to the top.
I've heard the Ragnars are pretty fun. I have a few friends who do that too.
No turn one play
Where are you guys
for
running
Maverick,
at?
which is pretty much to be expected since they probably took out their Mother of Runes. I can't think of what else they would play
Deathrite Shaman.
besides. They run Deathrite?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
Maverick plays
no.
Deathrite. I think if you're playing anything green or black, you almost it's Deathrite's auto include.
Fine.
Almost an auto include. Badlands.
Fetching right away. That means he has action.
Action or isn't worried about getting wastelanded.
Hmm.
I think he's gonna faithful looting. I think that's what he's got going on. Let's see, yeah, faithful looting. Draw 2, discard 2. He just drew an animate dead and another and an entomb. So he's got the pieces to do things. He's just not gonna be able to this turn. Unless he has like 2 chrome boxes or something I'm not seeing. So he's gonna put Elish Norn and a reanimate in the mirror.
Man, Elish
So
Norn
there's
is
Lotus
like,
Petal, crack that, reanimate, or Dark Ritual, and then animate dead.
yeah.
Entomb. Oh, he has a reanimate and an animate dead. So did you just grab Iona here and name White?
That looks like what he's gonna do.
Oh, the Wasatch back? That sounds fun though. Wasatch is really pretty. Hopefully the weather's nice enough tomorrow with all this rain and snow. Yeah, snow in May. Welcome to Utah. The snow we've been getting, it's probably gonna be pretty rough.
There's the animate spell, target Iona. There's no Fairy Macabre. And so
No
it
Fairy
happens.
Macabre. Yeah, this might be game.
Yeah, if he named white, then I don't see what happens.
How come chat isn't pulling up down there? Or is it? I'm just going crazy. Oh, it is. Okay. Greenstone Zenith for 1. That gets around Iona because he can go grab Deathrite still, yeah. That's really rough. I mean, that takes away Maverick's main
Well, he wouldn't have
removal.
named black
Yeah.
anyway.
He would have named black or green. He probably named white.
Yeah.
White seems like the right one to grab.
But what does that do?
Stops Swords of Puncher and Containment Priest.
No, I mean, what does having that Deathrite do? It feels like he's dead anyway.
I think he's just
I don't...
I think he's just trying to get, just trying to progress his board.
Oh, he could grab.
And he can also nuke the Alish
the enchantment. He could end up getting the Kasali Pride Mage and blowing up the enchantment. That's an out.
That is an out, but he can't cast it. But he could have Greenstone Zenith.
Oh yeah.
So he can't cast it because it's Iona's named on white.
That doesn't.
Isn't it because I Pride Mage a 2/2 as well, though, which makes Elish Norn, it just dies Elish Norn.
Oh yeah.
So unless they had a Reclamation Stage or something like that, that was a really quick game. I thought that Maverick was going to do more, and then Drew had some amazing opening hands. Just amazing opening. It's like just the nut draw. Exactly when he needed to be able to remove those things. So
yeah, the black-red deck, I don't know.
it's pretty good. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's seeing less play than it used to, but... Alright, so Drew's going to show us what he severed in. Wear and Tear, Elish Norn, Collective Brutality, which seems really good. It kills Deathrite Shaman.
So is Wear and Tear for the sideboard tech?
Yeah, in case like Grafdigger's Cage or Rest in Peace or something comes into play.
Yeah.
It shuts that down.
What's that black spell?
You never know. That is Massacre. Massacre is if an opponent controls a planes, you can cast it for free, and all creatures get -2/-2.
That'll do.
Yeah, let's look that up for you. And then he had 2 Massacres, and Collective Brutality is obviously really good because you can pitch cards to it, kill Deathrite Shaman, and grab like a Source of Plowshare or anything like that too.
You want to be
that's
anyway,
Massacre,
right?
Yeah, if the opponent controls a plains and you control Swamp, you may play Massacre without paying its mana cost. All creatures get -2/-2. Really good. That was quick.
So quick.
So very quick. Do we want to see if
find somebody
else real quick?
I'll try.
Do you want me to, or do you want to?
Go
bother Clarky or something. Okay. So you can bother Clarky or something. Alright, so Sean's gonna go see if we can find another round that hasn't finished quite yet. That was a very quick round. I don't think you guys want to sit and listen to us for 40 minutes, so Sean's gonna go check and see if there's another round that we can get on the field. So interesting. I really like Maverick. I've always wanted to play Maverick. I feel like Maverick just kind of dies a lot to itself. It just feels like it's kind of clunky, which is weird because it's a toolbox deck and it seems like it's pretty streamlined. It feels like you get a little outclassed by some of the other bigger creatures out there right now. I mean, granted, you can get your knight really big, but I don't know. I always just feel like it's a little underwhelming playing it. I feel like I'm always under the gun. What about you guys? What decks do you play? Do you play Legacy, Modern? Which format do you prefer? What decks do you prefer playing?
All right, you ready,
Sean?
Yeah. Do we have another one?
So do you want to do?
Oh. Was there another table that's gonna come sit down? That looks like a Tony. So I gotta flip these again because yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
So it's Tony
On the right.
on
Elves.
Yes, on elves.
Is it with the EY? I can't remember.
I'd probably just put
Is Tony Crenshaw with the EY or with a Y? Ian knows. Legacy, I think, is definitely the best format. I mean, that price threshold is pretty high, but once you get over that threshold, like it's so much fun.
And your cards will be good for way longer than other
way
formats.
longer. Way longer.
So Brandon is up a game, and he's on blue-red Delver. His name isn't Mike.
I know. Oh. It's Mike today. Alright, so... Okay. So Tony plays a Wirewood Symbiote. That seems really good against Delver because you're able to bounce back into your creatures that you end up having. So they don't get bolted. Other than maybe... That's what I thought was Tony with an E, so... Thank you, Ian. Thanks. That's a pretty good start for Tony, just because he can protect his creatures from Brandon's removal spells. I mean, obviously, Wirewood Symbiote might get a bolt or something.
Yeah, you're just trying to kill that.
Or a Grim Lavamancer.
We see a Grim Lavamancer.
Which seems really, really good against elves.
Yeah. Repeatable removal against a deck that everything
is removable.
Is removable.
Seems really rough.
And I did notice that the elves deck was running the...
You do play the best decks in the league. I miss your Tez. I miss your Tez. I want to see your Tez again on stream. It's always fun to see what goodies you have in store for us when you play that deck.
I just want to see a natural order. Personally.
You want to see natural order this game? I was talking about Ian's deck, but I definitely would love to see that too. So Green's Zenith for 0.
Gonna look for Dryad Arbor.
Dryad Arbor. Which he's able to bounce with the force back. So Brandon debating if he wants to counter it. I don't think they read a lot of counter spells in Blue Red Delver, do they? I mean, you definitely probably would want to bring some in if you could to prevent like natural order and stuff like that, right?
I thought that they run forces and dazes, and then probably pierces.
And that's something out of the board. There's probably more though, right?
And
he's got.
I don't think you'd want the stuff that it has access to. Like I think that I have like spell pierce and stuff on the board, but as far as counters for creatures.
No, I don't think you counter creatures. I'm saying, but you want to counter things like Greens and Zenith, and you want to counter things like natural order. So that's why
nature.
Spell pierce might be okay. So Tony has a Gaia's Cradle in his hand. He thought about potentially playing it and then jamming more stuff, but he opted not to, which means next turn he can pay a green, cast a Glimpse of Nature, and then he can play another dude, play the Gaia's Cradle, tap for 3. And then kind of go off, like pseudo go off and get pretty far ahead of Brandon. So, I feel like that's definitely fine to do because
he has Curian Ranger.
On the off chance that Brandon has any,
I think it's sweet how they can just untap that Dryad Arbor over and over again. With all of their stuff. So. Okay.
So Brandon pondered and did not find another land. That's pretty rough, especially with having the Grim Lavamancer out. It means he can't be nuking the things he wants to nuke.
And he let the Glimpse of Nature resolve. Right. So this is looking grim for Brandon. Because if you
Grim Lavamancer? No. It does look pretty grim, yes. See, now Tony's able to just accrue a lot of value here. You can play the Curian Ranger.
Basically for free.
Yeah, don't you have to tap 2 elves though to get the mana?
No, Curian Ranger is you turn a forest to your hand to untap a creature.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
But that doesn't. Oh, you can untap the Dryad Arbor. Oh.
Cheesy.
Super cheesy. And with that Glimpse, you can just do that. And now he has 3 elves too. You can just tap and get 3 mana, play the Llanowar Elf.
Yep.
Do the things. And this is why elves is.
We haven't seen all of Brandon's hand yet, but I'm just hoping there's like a Pyroclasm in it.
He just untaps a Pyroclasm. That'd be really
amazing.
rough. That'd be very, very rough. I mean, Tony can save a lot of his elves because he can bounce them back with Wirewood Symbiote.
Yeah, and his hand is still like relatively full.
So let's look at Wirewood Symbiote just to give the viewers at home who do not know how elves operates a good idea what's going on. Oh no. There. I didn't realize it was going to pop up immediately.
So how many turns do you think this gives Brandon to actually find an answer? Is he going to die next turn?
I don't think he'll die. I didn't see exactly what Tony drew. I was too busy trying to get this up. So unless Tony, I mean, easily could draw a Green Sun Zenith and just make a
Brandon
bunch
did
of
find
mana.
his land though.
He can also just Green Sun Zenith with a Crater Hoof Behemoth too.
Oh,
And attacking with
yeah.
1/1s is pretty good anyway, right?
Yeah. Slow, but it gets there.
Yes. He has the mana. I mean, he has right now, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8 mana, 9, 10. 10 mana without shenanigans. Just 10 mana
How much is
straight
Hoof?
up just tapping his
8 or 9?
lands. It's 9. No, it's 8. It's 8. Yeah, it's 8.
I said 8 or 9.
He has Green Sun Zenith, yeah. So if I didn't say Green Sun Zenith, so he's definitely got. He's pretty much gonna win next turn, I think, right here. Is that Boom Bust? Each of them blow up a land. Oh, what is that?
It's what is the thing?
What is that?
It's it does damage to all non-flying creatures.
Is it like 2 mana or something?
It's got to be 1.
That's rough.
It's got to be 2. Yeah.
That's really, really, really rough.
So Brandon pulling it out.
Yeah,
he
got there with the removal.
Tony just returned like most of his elves to his hand with all of his.
Right. But that
Symbiote.
really slows Tony down.
I'm going to
though.
start looking for that card.
Yeah. Do you want to look that up real fast? Unless somebody in chat maybe knows what it is. Unfortunately, the screen's very tiny for us. It's hard to see sometimes. So. Yeah, it's not Boom Bust then. It's the other. What is it? Split. Just type in like split cards. Unless you know the deck list that you got it from.
Yeah, it's in a lot of them. I've been looking at deck lists this week.
Oh, Rough and Tumble.
Rough and Tumble. That's it.
Yeah.
2 damage to
Rough
each creature
deals
without
damage.
flying. So that it's really cool because it doesn't hit your Flip Delver and it doesn't hit your True Name Nemesis. So it literally doesn't hit like anything in your deck.
So it's just all value basically.
What's the card you just played? It gets
Monastery Mentor.
Yeah,
with the
it pumps.
prowess pumps so that it also doesn't die.
It's really cool tech. They only play it as like a 1-of in their sideboard.
Right.
But that is some tech right there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Especially since they have their blue
What's the other
red.
card? Oh yeah,
Haste guy,
6 to
too.
6 to each creature with flying. You don't really see that option.
I don't think you're ever
But
gonna
it's
get
on-
6
it's
mana
on the
and blue
card.
red Delver. The option's kind of there. Looks like Tony drew into the Crater Hoof Behemoth too, and he's getting a lot of lands. I mean, he did draw a lot of cards with that.
Brandon has a
too.
Jite. If you can equip that.
Does it hit your own true name? Oh, it does because you don't have protection.
Oh, you don't have protection for yourself.
Yeah.
You're right,
Unless
you're
you
right.
name yourself. Next level, Jorgensen says. We're just so used to True Name Nemesis being protection from everything that
Yeah.
you would want it to have protection from. I mean, why not make a broken card like that?
I'm used to it being invincible to everything relevant.
It's more common in Rug Delver because it doesn't clear on Ghosts and Threshold Mongoose. Yeah, that seems good.
Huh.
That's
was
sometimes I
mostly
remember
seeing
seeing it as like a one-of, but
I mostly saw it in red-green. Not red-green. What am I saying? Blue-red. Delver.
yeah. Well, Rug Delver was an older list that you don't see as much anymore.
Oh.
And I guess it was a lot more popular at that time. That was
Okay.
right when I was starting to get into Legacy, and then
Well, it's kind of coming back, I think, that card.
Treasure Cruise got printed and totally warped the whole format. So, I didn't really get to experience that type
There's a Leovold.
of magic.
It's going to
as
cut
much.
Brandon off from all of his...
His extra draw cards, his
Yeah.
brainstorms and ponders, which Brandon does have a brainstorm in his hand. He also has a
It makes that GJ look really bad.
Yeah, is that a submerge? I think that's a submerge on Brandon's side, though.
So, does Submerge... It draws you a card and then puts it on top?
So I'm checking to see
Yeah.
the wording on it, 'cause as it resolves.
Yeah. You just put it on top.
Yeah.
So
An
the
opponent,
Leovold trigger will
control
happen.
force,
We'll draw a
you
card, and
control
then it'll be
everyone.
put on top. I was
Yeah.
thinking for a second that you would just draw the Leovold, but no.
No. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do here? Unban Dig Through Time. Well, now that Miracles isn't in the format, Dig Through Time actually might be
I feel like it would. I
Okay-ish.
feel like it would
It's
make show and tell
still-
too strong.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, and that's the thing. I think it still makes a lot of the combo decks really too strong.
So he just plays Jite and passes. I like that play. If you're gonna win, I feel like that's what you got to
You
do.
need to have the Jit. I think Dig Through Time's a little too OP. I think it's a little too broken. Like, it'd be okay in the fair decks, kind of, but then yeah, you look at Sneak and Show, or even like it's in any Stoneforge deck. It's too good. It's too good. Yeah, it's just too good. Even Treasure. I mean, I actually thought personally Dig Through Time was better than Treasure Cruise.
Yeah,
We've talked about this
we
before
have.
on other
We
streams.
disagree on it.
We
but
disagree on it, but it's okay.
That's what's fun about Magic.
Reclamation Stage, get that Jit.
Oh,
Is it Jit or Jitte?
Jite.
Is it Jitte?
I think it's supposed to be Japanese, and they really like to put E's on the end of stuff. So I would.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, that is from Kamigawa, so. RAR for 3.
Brandon kind of just hoping to see a bolt so that Leovold goes away.
Yeah,
Tony's
maybe.
building up his board again.
Brandon has another.
Brandon's not gonna have another board wipe.
Brandon has another Rough and Tumble, I think, though, in his hand.
You think?
He's got another split card, and it's red. It looks like another Rough and Tumble to me.
It
No,
looks
or
like,
maybe it's a Boom and Bust. Nope,
it looks like Rough and Tumble.
it looks like Rough and Tumble. Oh yeah, actually no, because yeah, with Omnitel they just put Omniscience into play, and then you dig through time for free to go find Emberfall. That's way too fast. That's way too broken. Like it's broken already enough as delving it in that deck, but then also on top of that, you know, cast Omniscience for free.
Brandon realizing that he just needs to race before he wipes his board. Like get his guys out there.
Yeah, it doesn't really necessarily wipe Tony's board completely.
So we see a Craterhoof Behemoth on the
does
elf
he
side
have
of the
okay?
board.
Does he have enough mana though? There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
You just okay. 1 second.
5.
Look at that card.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 mana. Yeah, he's got 8. He just jams Hoof here.
So Brandon has to have
A counterspell.
Counterspell right now.
I think his cards are actually upside down. Let me look. I don't. Let's look it up again. I think that his cards are upside down. Yeah, they're upside down. I'll pull this up real quick so you guys can see. Yeah, Rough and Tumble. His cards are backwards. That's too funny. So look at it in the graveyard, you can see. So Craterhoof Behemoth. I think Brandon just dies here, right? Yep, just scoops it
Yeah,
up.
no Counterspell.
Tony's Glimpse of Nature, I think, is what really won him that game.
The very early one. Was that
Yeah.
turn 2?
It was turn 3.
3.
Turn 3. Yeah.
That's relatively quick, but I don't think that's quick enough to not have a Counterspell. Like, I was kind of surprised that hit.
Yeah, I think Brandon had other sideboard things in his hand, though, which is probably why he snap kept it.
Yeah.
He just wiped the field and then not worry about it.
I think that is what you do, is like, you see a land, you see your sideboard tech, you see your Grim Lavamancer, and you're like, if I see another land, this hand just beats him.
Right.
But you kind of just got unlucky.
Yeah.
Brandon's playing first now, so...
Yeah, and
We'll
his Grim
see.
Lavamancer also died to Rough and Tumble too, which feels kind of bad because he didn't get any value out of it. He wasn't able to shoot and kill anything with it.
He got the Wirewood symbiotes.
He got that with Rough and Tumble. I'm saying
Oh,
with the Grim
sorry, what?
Lavamancer. The Grim
Oh,
Lavamancer,
yeah.
he didn't get any value off of it because it just
He had to
died
rough
too
his own
quick on
guy,
Rough and
yeah.
Tumble. Yeah, which feels bad. Which feels bad, but I mean it is what it is. So
I hate that phrase.
it is what it is.
It is. It's like not saying anything.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
There's a word
I
for
don't
that
know.
too. There's a word that describes something that you say something that means nothing. It's like not an oxymoron. What is it?
This is what we look up.
Maybe a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. No, that's not it. There's what is is an idiom or a saying at that point? What do you call it? Saying that means.
I don't know, I'm gonna watch the Magic game.
I'm gonna get a Google this.
So that's an Abrupt Decay, Glimpse of Nature, Cavern of Souls. Is that a Bayou? Sees a forest on top. Says no, puts it to the bottom.
Ooh,
Turn
that
one
spicy
Delver.
steam vents though. So spicy.
Yeah.
And in case they surgical extract your, you know, volcanic islands.
That's what it's for.
Budget's
So
budget, man. You gotta do
he
what you
flips.
gotta do. Flips a bolt, bolts that. Yeah, I think if you're in Brandon's position, you just gotta keep Tony off of anything that.
Oh yeah, no
benefits him.
doubt.
And Tony did find it has an abrupt decay too, which helps out a lot here. And
You can't cast it yet.
he has
though.
2 glimpses. So and he doesn't have another land.
Plays another Wirewood symbiote.
Oh,
He has
he
a
has the
Cavern of
Cavern.
Souls,
He
but
has
that
the
doesn't
Cavern.
help with Abrupt Decay.
No, it doesn't.
He names elves.
You think he names elves?
Yeah.
I think he names elves too. I think you're right. Brandon's got another Grim Lava Master. He may jam that here. So we can see that Tony doesn't have a whole lot going on right here, but Brandon doesn't know that. Brandon needs to think about his position in the board.
What's that
right
front
now.
card? Is that a bolt? Yeah, it's another
It's a
bolt.
Oh yeah, because he plays with the
I mean, that's what you do as
what's
the
the-
Delver deck.
what's
You've
the-
already landed your 3 or your 3/2.
premium
just
series.
say
burn
no.
Deck. What's the premium series burn deck?
Lightning.
What is it called? I don't remember. It's a premium deck.
Oh
I don't know what
gosh.
it is. Anyway, yeah, it is the Steam Vents. Yeah.
Fire Lightning?
And Tony does have a natural order, which he currently cannot cast.
Yeah, he's not even close. Hits
This
him back
this
for
looks
1.
pretty rough for Tony. I almost think that he should have jammed the Cavern and then cast a Glimpse and then cast that just to try to get through.
Oh really?
I would have, I think. But just to try to get cards. I don't know. Maybe I'm more.
I would say no.
I am greedy. We've been over this. I'm really greedy.
But wouldn't being greedy it would be wait longer, try to get more cards?
He has 2 glimpses though.
Okay.
And now he
now
has
has
the gun.
2
And now he has
glimpses.
2 abrupt decays he can't
Oh.
do anything with.
If he had 2 glimpses, yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. If it was the 1 glimpse, no, I would keep it and wait. But because he has got 2 glimpses, then it's, you know. And Tony doesn't have a whole lot of lands in his deck.
Looks like you just drew a true name if you didn't have that before.
Detection Probe.
Or is that a G probe?
That's a-
I think
that's a
I
G
saw.
probe.
I think I saw a true name in Brandon's hand.
Here is all of my things that are not helping me right now.
Yeah, none of them are creatures. This is what I was kind of talking about. That
You find the other half.
you find too many sideboard cards, and he probably took out creatures for those.
Yeah, probably.
So if those were creatures, he could just go off, maybe.
So Brandon's also got a Rough and Tumble, a Grim Lava Master, and I didn't see what the other blue card is.
It's hard to find a balance, though.
Submerge. He's got a Submerge.
So Tony's
Which
thinking
is really rough because he can time walk. He can time
again.
walk.
He didn't
Glimpse.
glimpse. He's at 3. Doesn't he just die?
Yeah, I think he knows. I think that's the point, is that he realizes that he just gets wrecked here.
But why
Yeah.
not even try for it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess he would have to find a land and an elf off of the 1 card that he draws, and that's not a thing.
And then the chain dies off anyway, right? Like,
Yeah,
That doesn't feel all that great.
yeah. So you're probably
I think
right.
he just realized he was just dead on board. He's just
Yeah.
like, that's where it go. Like, this is what I drew. You saw whatever else was in my hand, you know. So you're gonna take out the cards that they sideboarded in, so you're gonna go look. Potentially.
So submerge
So
was a card for
Jit
Brandon.
coming in on Tony's side seems really good.
Yeah.
Gaining life plus being able to kill
So do they
Delvers
main
and
deck the
things.
Abrupt Decays? Elves?
No, they do not. Not
Okay.
that I know of. Yeah, he was definitely on 0 outs. There was not a lot he could do there.
Yeah.
I mean, Delver Secrets getting flipped on a blind flip turn 2, I think really puts Tony in a bind.
See?
He basically has to have the nut draw to just win.
We were talking that it was Christmas when the Delver didn't flip the other time. Because I think it's like a 2-to-1 chance that the Delver's going to flip.
You think? I think mostly in Legacy, yeah. Especially in Blue Red Delver. I think in Blue Red Delver it flips a lot more. But in like Bug Delver or even Grixis Delver, there's less of a chance, you know what I mean? Ooh, the lights just turned off.
Yeah, but they can still see us.
Now we just look creepy. I could almost think I like that better. So yeah, Tony Browning and Progenitus, Abrupt Decay, and I think they might run one Abrupt Decay. No, they don't run any Abrupt Decays anymore. What am I thinking?
Does
Bug Delver Flip percent is off. Yeah, because you're running like Liliana the Veil and Cormac Anglers. Sometimes you're running Goyfs. Yeah, it's not as good.
Does Natural Order
Grixis is
sack
a lot
as
better.
a cost?
Grixis is definitely a lot better. Rug is, yeah, seems up 50-50 because you're not playing as many creatures. What was that? What were you asking? I haven't seen a good rug list. I mean, well, rug lists are good. I just haven't seen a lot of rug running around anymore, especially Leovold. Leovold's almost too good not to play sometimes. Even Bug is starting to cut Leovold, so. No, I don't want Deathrite to be banned. I'm actually kind of okay with it though, playing Jund, because he basically just acts as a Birds of Paradise most of the time until I need life.
I don't want that to be banned.
You don't want DRS? I feel like it would hurt too many decks that are kind of fair. But I don't know.
So I'm just kind of thinking that if I were Tony, I might think about cutting the Natural Order plan. Yeah. You cut your Natural Orders. You don't bring in Progenitus. Like, it.
Yeah.
Natural Order sacks a creature as an additional cost, which against a counterspell deck is, like, not optimal.
Yeah, but I think the idea is that you need to just win, though. It's a problem against Delver. You're gonna be on such a clock.
So if you're boarding in what's it called? Abrupt Decays. Like, all of a sudden you're elf light.
Yeah, but we saw that I mean, that was just one hand though. Like, we saw that in game 2, he had no problem drawing, and the Natural Order was actually really good, but he didn't need it anyway because he just drew Creator to begin with.
Because he was just playing tons of elves.
But at the same time, if you're able to go like
Glimpse of Nature,
if you're able to go like turn 1, like Greenson Zenith for 0, go grab Giant Herber, or like accelerate turn 2, accelerate turn 3, Natural Order to go grab Progenitus, like, wow, that would be so much value. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're just like 10U. Can Delver race that? No, it cannot.
No, it can't. But
I think that's why
you could end up just losing your guy, and.
But you just need a guy in a Natural Order.
But you could just end up losing your guy, lose your Natural Order to the Force of Will,
I guess, maybe,
and then you're just screwed.
Maybe. I don't know. I can see why you.
Did you see what Tony ended up taking out?
I didn't see what he took out. No, I did not. I hope that they don't ban Deathrite Shaman, J-Tron, but I think they might. And I understand why they would want to, because it's seen playing like every deck, and it's a mini Planeswalker.
Yeah.
But I also like Deathrite Shaman, because Deathrite Shaman enables like a lot of the fair decks to keep
position,
up with the non-fair decks.
My position is that I think that when you go to an eternal format like Legacy, there's so many decks that can abuse the graveyard that main deck graveyard hate is something that I want to see.
Right. Unless they give us a really, really, really good substitute for like graveyard hate, that would be also main board, other than like Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is like the only other card.
Then I could see it maybe, but I don't know. It's tough. I feel like Deathrite is a good depolarizer, if that makes sense. Like it kind of depolarizes the format in a sense, but I don't know, they might also do it too. You're okay with that?
They should unban top and leave the format alone. Unban everything. They printed the card and they have to sleep in it.
I mean, I was okay with Miracles too. I really didn't think it needed that bad of a ban. And that's the hard thing too, though, is like you just have to. The fact that you would sideboard out a lot of decks would sideboard 9 cards in against Miracles and still have a tough time beating Miracles. I think that was the main problem.
That was another cool thing. I was listening to some podcasts about Legacy, and they were talking about how there are all of these new sideboard slots that have been opened up since Miracles got unbanned.
Right. Yeah, it's changed a lot. Like, whole decks have become good again or whatever. Yeah, it's
I'm still contemplating the whole Deathrite Shaman banning thing.
What is your opinion, chat? Jtron says ban DRS. Is that what you were saying earlier? You wanted it banned? Oh yeah, you're just secretly hoping for Death Knight to be banned.
Do you think that there'd be, if you banned Deathrite Shaman, would another deck just pop up that breaks the format? That's the question. Is it keeping anything in check?
I think Reanimator gets a lot better. I think that Storm gets a lot better. But I don't know.
So just we're systematically banning the decks that make a combo, not just dominate the format.
See, Leonidas says that he wants more regulated cards like Wizards. So kind of like in Vintage, how they have the restricted list.
I don't
So
like
you're kind of
restricted
wanting.
lists.
I feel like the only problem with restricted lists is that because Legacy can be played in FNM, it's really hard to do that in FNM level because you're getting new players coming in and you're like, oh, you can only have one. You know, it's just one more hassle, which they don't like.
I also don't like.
Wizards likes to be open and free with a lot of their newer players.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that you could like. I don't know. You see a card and you're like, all right, if I see another one of those, I'm gonna ban you.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it just adds a level of complexity to deck building that I don't like.
Yeah. Jorgensen says it's #1 deck. It was unfortunately it was a deck that is fun, but most to play, unfun for most to play against, and probably hard to play properly. But,
Yeah, because it was board wipes the deck. Like a lot of brews just didn't work.
I think they could have really, and that maybe it was an emergency ban for GP Vegas, and maybe they'll review it and unban top. This is all just wild speculation. But what if it was just an emergency ban for Vegas? Ban top, don't have to deal with it, don't have to worry about it. Just get the deck out of the format, and then like later do top and like Terminus, and just ban Terminus.
Maybe they're hoping that they still see Terminus around, but I just think from what I read on when they banned it, from them was we banned this because of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it just let you look at the top cards of your deck too often.
Yes. Yeah. I think it mostly just time constraint. They could have honestly probably banned Predict, because Predict is really what made that deck go off. Like it was good, but it wasn't like that good until after.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that
being played in
they could have banned all of the other cards out of the deck. They could have banned Counterbalance. Like,
you play Soothsaying Miracles? How's Soothsaying? I've seen that. I'm kind of curious to know how it works. Like,
not good.
It is.
From what I've heard, not good.
Not
You're just better off
good.
not playing any Soothsaying. Like, you can still play the deck.
What's Leonidas' opinion? I hate the fact that they're banning on time constraints too. I really think it's just because of GP Vegas. I bet afterwards they'll unban.
I don't see what's wrong with.
Have any Pro Tours or
I don't see what's wrong with banning based on time constraints. Like it doesn't make the deck more like balanced or anything. It makes tournaments more fun. Yeah. Sue them for making the format more fun. Like they also banned out one of the decks that made Brews less playable in my opinion. Because like, okay, I'm gonna jam a bunch of creatures.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like we're rehashing a lot of what we did the last round, but
yeah.
I feel like top is okay being banned, but I don't know. I keep changing my opinion because I don't play top, so and I don't care. Like Punishing Jund didn't have a bad matchup against top unless you're playing like a counter lock. So.
I'm saying I'm happy with it being banned, but stacks against Miracles was amazing. My win rate was like 70%.
And I think that's the problem with Legacy having such a high threshold to buy into Legacy is the fact that you can't switch decks as readily, which means, hey, I invested $2-3 grand, whatever it might have been, in this deck, whatever deck it may be, deck X, and Miracles beats deck X 60% of the time. So you're gonna have a losing percentage against Miracles, which means now if like, oh well, I gotta switch up my. You switch up your deck, the meta, I guess what I'm saying, is not going to shift as quickly to compensate for Miracles seeing more play because people already spent that much money on a deck.
Yeah.
And I know for me personally, it's a barrier because like I don't want to switch to Maverick or something or whatever. Can't deck Y instead of deck X because deck Y I have to buy $500 more dual lands or whatever else. It makes it hard for you to want to switch decks.
I mean, I've spent years building a little toolbox of like, look at these cards. I can build all these different decks with these cards, but it's between like mud and stacks.
Right, but that's not like
And like
switching from Bug to Grixis Delver, where now you're like, oh, well, now I have to invest in Volcanic Island.
yeah, I would imagine that other people are trying to build like their dual land collection.
Yeah,
But
especially if you're playing blue decks. But yeah, so
I'm gonna check time in the round.
you should check your time around.
Try not to trip.
I'm trying really hard not to complain about miracles too much. I don't know what happened to the light. The light switched off. Bright light.
They can still see us.
They can. Yeah, we're having a little campfire type stream going on today. So if you haven't checked this out yet, we do events on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We do Legacy. We usually get about 30 players. It's a good time. Brian and Bryce are the ones who usually commentate that. It's a really good time. I check that out. We do this on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know that if you're interested and you're in the Utah area, Salt Lake City area, come play Legacy with us. It's a great time. Also, I know that Oasis Games is starting to play on Sunday. I think it's at 2 p.m. I think that's what the post said. For the Legacy event on Sundays. Yeah, we have a good time. We just had a GPT last week. It was pretty fun. Sent some guys to
Did you pick the
go
podcast?
play. I'm not picking the podcast yet.
Kitchen Table Magic?
If you haven't checked these guys out, these guys are pretty awesome. I believe that wasn't Kitchen Table that had Mark Rosewater, or was it the other one? They just had an episode a while ago that had Mark Rosewater on it.
The other one?
And MTG, oh, maybe it's Pro Tour. It was Pro Tour that had Mark Rosewater on it. So you guys check these out if you guys like podcasts.
You see that was the last season finale?
Yes, it was last season finale. So it would have been 17 episodes of this, which is 17 weeks, which is not very recently, actually. Not recently at all. Sorry.
Months
My
ago.
bad. Months ago that they did that. So yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Game day is tomorrow too, so if you were a standard player, come check it out. There's some pretty cool promos going on. I actually don't even know what the promos are. I can't really pimp out game day.
They're good.
So it's yeah. The meta is no longer Mardu vehicles every day, so it's something else now. It's
I don't know.
artifact.
I've only been following Legacy.
Yeah, same here, to be honest. So, how much time is left in the round?
There was 2 minutes when I checked.
2 minutes. Okay, so we're really close to round 3.
So it should be about a minute now.
Yeah,
I might
really close.
Legacy
If you
players!
can do that, you can totally go do that. It's A-okay.
So that was time.
That was time in the round right there for Legacy. I don't know. Talking about Death Rate Shaman bans, talking about Miracles bans. I kind of want to keep talking about it, but at the same time, it's like it's all hearsay until Wizards figures out what they're going to do. Unfortunately, I really hope they don't ban Death Rate Shaman, but if they did, I wouldn't be totally mad about it. I think that fair decks like Maverick and Punishing Jund would get, and even like some of the Delver lists they're running, would just get increasingly worse as a problem. So I don't know. Hard to say. Glory Ringer is? Okay, I'll pull that up. I don't even know what that card does. I did the pre-release for Amonkhet, and that was about it. Oh, Bringer? Isn't that the dragon? I think it's the dragon, isn't it? Let me pull that up real quick. For DTS for Death Rate Shaman? I think they could too. I honestly think that Harsh Mentor being printed was a pretty good kind of answer, a little bit to top, because I mean, topping and taking 2 damage each turn is really going to slow you down from wanting to top. But at the same time, I don't know. They didn't give us a really good opportunity to actually let that see if that affected anything at all. So that's what Glorybringer is. I can't pull it up unfortunately the other way, but that's Glorybringer. He's a 4/4 mana with 4/4 for 5 with haste. That when he attacks, you can exert him. It does 4 damage to turn non-dragon creature. So, which is it's aight. I feel like it's not a great top 8 promo. Okay, so they just yeah, they just posted round 3 pairings, so we're gonna get that started for
This
you
is
guys.
the last round, by the way.
This is the last round we're not doing for today.
No, just 3.
Just 3. Okay, we're just gonna do 3 rounds today, so we got 1 more. And it's hard too. I mean, like they had Abrupt Decay and they had Corrosive Grip for top, but even Corrosive Grip got countered potentially by Counterbalance. So I mean, there's already answers out there for top. I think. Again, I just think the meta it was just a little rough. Took that degenerate deck and made it more degenerate. Print Mize into Legacy. What is Mize? Is it unhinged card? Name an online card, reveal the top card of your library. If that card is the name card, draw 3 cards. Yeah, let's print that in Legacy. It's predict, but better. Much, much, much better. I like this artwork, though. Check out this artwork. There are dogs playing a card game. Seems legit. Seems legit. Alright, we're gonna... When Sean gets back, we'll get this round up going.
Alright. Do you know what's going on?
Yeah.
So, it's lands against that Blackbird Reanimator. So it's Drew and Jonathan. Drew being the...
Is it Jonathan like that? We're just gonna put Jonathan.
Yeah.
And these guys are the undefeateds?
Yes.
Okay, so these guys are undefeated. Lands. We did have some people asking for lands earlier today, so that'll be good to see.
I've heard some people call lands the new best deck in the format, but I've heard probably 6 decks being called that.
Every deck is the next best.
Like, I've heard elves, I've heard Delver, I've heard lands.
See, I'm biased.
Show and Tell.
See, I'm biased, and I think Show and Tell is really, really good right now. But
And then
I'm biased, and I think that Punishing Jund is
I think
better.
decidedly
And they do the same
Punishing
thing.
Jund is not.
Other than
But something with Deathrite Shaman might be.
Hey, it's got Deathrite.
It has
I'm
Deathrite
just
Shaman.
biased.
I just don't think that a deck without.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something with Delver.
I mean, Brian definitely thinks that Food Chain is probably the best right now in the format.
What?
I would imagine. I think Food Chain's really good. Because it has a combo kill. It's really good in mid range. It has the control mechanics.
The same as Alurin, but
we haven't seen Allure in a while. That popped up for like a month, and it's now no longer being played. So Grixis Delver has the highest meta, sure. Grixis Delver is really, really good against.
yeah, that was the deck that I predicted would be our new Overlord.
Yeah, it was Grixis Delver. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really good.
So we see an
Especially
Explorer.
stifling storm, like stifling a tendrils.
This is a
what you wanna
really
be
kind of
doing.
weird matchup, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the lands, I guess their Punishing Fire doesn't really do.
He has a
much.
Maze of It too, which is actually really good against Drew because he can just Maze of It and then blanket a Grizzlebrand.
He doesn't necessarily just die to a reanimated creature.
You like which one do you like better, Ian? Oh yeah, you played the Painter's Ferret. Or not Painter's Ferret. Imperial Recruiter Alluring. Got Faceless Looting on Drew's side. Sorry, you were saying something. What did you say?
I forgot.
My bad. Just jibber jabbering away. So he discards a Faithless Looting and a Grizzlebrand. I think lands has a good chance of pulling it out. Because it has access to Karakas, it has access to Tabernacle, I'm assuming, which is against Reanimator. But then also Bazooka Bog, so it can crop
So is the
rotate
Reanimator
for him.
at 2 already?
Did draw, yeah, he fetched and drew 14 cards.
Or no, he drew 7, but it cost him 7 to play the Grizzlebrand.
Oh, yeah. So it's, 14.
So he has the Caracas in hand.
Does
so
he have Caracas? I thought he just had the maze.
I thought that was a Caracas.
Oh, he does have, that's a temple.
Oh, is that a temple?
Or tabernacle, sorry.
Same card.
Same card. They do effectively the same thing, right? No,
No.
they don't. No.
With a wasteland on this board, maybe.
Those recruiters are very nice. Very nice.
Is that a
I would
Tide
definitely
Spout?
play the red version. I think the red version is actually better than the white version anyway. It's 8 life too.
Oh. What?
And he didn't crack a fetch. I think he just. No, he did. It's 19, 11, pay 7. Shouldn't he be at 4 then? Tide Spout. Well, okay, that's a thing. He has expiration too, so you can just jam lowest pedal, bounce your test message. That's fine. I don't think John cares. He's got the expiration. I would have bounced the expiration if I was true there, but I guess he's just trying to keep John off of getting a merit liege token.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's not what you want to be doing in that situation.
He's just gonna get all of them though, right? No, he's discarding.
I think it's 4 by my count too. I think that he should be technically at 4. Do you want to yell at them maybe? No. Oh, that's why he's bouncing those, because he's just going to bounce everything this turn. Yeah, Drew should be at 4 right now. He's going to take exploration.
Showing his hand for the discard. Takes the exploration.
I think you're going to...
He can
Yeah,
play
he
one
didn't
land.
play a land, so I think he just put Jam Tabernacle. I mean...
Play Tabernacle and then try to maze of it?
Well,
Or
you
wait.
can only play 1 land right now, so you Jam Tabernacle, making him basically choose between
Maze is the one that
Grizzlebrand
costs
or
4 to
John.
activate, doesn't it?
That's Mystifying Maze.
Oh.
Is it? No, I think that's Maze of It. I'm pretty sure it's Maze of It. Isn't that the FTP? I'm pulling it up real quick. I think that's the new art for Maze of It. So he plays Tabernacle. Yeah, it's a Maze of It. It's not a Mystifying Maze.
Okay.
So
So that's just tap. Take something out of combat.
yeah, blanket something. So he
does
decides
tap
to
down-
keep Brick Grizzlebrand, which makes sense.
Taps down his 1 land,
You get the
though.
Innistrad box, so that'll make things easier.
Pretty relevant.
See? Alright.
For 7. Goes back up 2.
That's an expensive card right there too. Tabernacle, so like
He doesn't even bother changing his life total. He
Release
just takes the 7
800
cards.
to the ground.
Would you? I might consider. No. Okay, I was thinking about considering like punishing fire. Might just kill him.
Yeah, if you're at 4, it's just 2 punishing fires, but John doesn't have a punishing fire either right now.
Yeah,
So it's
and he
that's a
doesn't
little
have the
rough.
explorer.
Oh no, he gained
and
a
he
life.
doesn't.
He did gain a life actually from the Grave of the Burnwells when John casted the exploration. That's why he's at 5 and not at 4.
Okay, that's a 5 then.
Yeah, it's an upside down 5.
Yeah.
So
Which
there's
is-
another Tide Spout. Man, Drew, just getting the nut draws on all of these hands that we've been seeing him on stream.
Yeah, we haven't seen Blackbird Reanimator eat itself, but sometimes it does. Bounce for 1 land.
So you can't play Tabernacle again.
I know that these 2 players, when I walked in, that they were super familiar with
Oh,
each
no,
other's
it's,
decks.
yeah, it's a 5 that's upside down.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
That's what I was thinking 4, but yeah, we messed up math in the Grove ones. That's rough. John had a really good answer already. Like, he had a really good start, too. This is a deck that I wish I got interrupted a little bit more, was Black Red Death Reanimator. And it's because of this shenanigans, which I think that Deathrite Shaman hasn't seen it banned ever quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Drew can just cast something and bounce the maze. I mean, I think I would have just... No, because you just damage tempo and you still die. This at least forces Drew to have to answer the maze.
I'm kind of confused. I don't know. Would you just scoop it through the Lance player? It looks so bleak.
No, because
There's plenty of time in the round, so I have plenty of
Yeah.
respect for playing it out.
also
Just
it might
don't-
also Drew might cast more things, which allows John to see more of the deck, which you already know what's going on anyway. So I'm asking against that. Check what's what you got.
It's Dark Depths.
Discard the only thing you can left alone. That is, yeah, Dark Depths.
It's going to be going down to 2. Is
Two.
that a 2 this time?
That is a 2 this time. No, it's a 2. It's this way. This way. We're guessing, but it looks like a 2. Doing more things, drawing more cards. He's drawn what, 28 cards so far with that Grizzlebrand?
Mm-hmm.
No, the dice are just upside down and sideways.
No, if you think about if you turn to that 2.
Maybe it is. Oh, it is. Look at the Paragon City on the thing. It is flipped. Huh.
Told
How
you that
come
it
we
was
didn't-
mirror.
How come we didn't notice that before?
Because Jorgensen hasn't told us yet.
Huh. You're right, the mirror is flipped. That's weird. I don't know why it's flipped. It's usually not like that.
I thought it usually was, and just no one. Because you were like, this way's up. And it was always opposite of what I was telling you.
No, I don't think it's flipped. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Do they just write Paragon City backwards most
no,
of the time then?
No. It's usually not like that. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
the 20's backwards. Huh. I'm surprised that we didn't catch that earlier. Why is it doing it now? Was it doing that earlier too? Maybe it was, we just didn't notice it because we're so used
I
to
don't know,
seeing
it's
the
like-
dice.
Go to a different scene, see if it's like that.
Maybe that
nonsense.
might be why Brandon's cards looked flipped.
So he's not a cheater.
So he's not a cheater. Even though it's not cheating, but yeah.
It is if just one of them is flipped.
Yeah, that might be where the names were flipped earlier too. I don't know what's going on. I walked in today, everything was set up, ready to go, and I was like, okay. So we did our thing, so. Oh well, we'll figure it out for Tuesday's stream. What are those?
He's taking up Punishing
Oh,
Fire.
those are the old school, the Commander Punishing Fires. Or Commander, or I don't remember which one. It's either Commander or it's Arch Enemy. I can't remember which one it is. You wanna?
Shut the door.
Yeah. Well, maybe not anymore. Never mind. Tomorrow, next time I'll sit there, so I'll be the gopher.
The gopher.
Go for this, go for that.
Yeah. Just that was funny.
Yeah. We haven't had any good puns today, man. There was the one pun with the Grim player, the Grim whatever, but
Yeah. Next time I'll hit you for real.
no, there definitely are. It was obvious in the Mox Diamond hilarious. Yeah, that's funny. I can't believe that it's flipped. That's really random. I kind of want to play. If they do ban Deathray Shaman, I think I'm gonna play Grim Flare. Is that something you can do? Is do that? Flip vertically. Click it. Just do it. Nope. That explains it. That was quick. That explains why it's flipped. Okay, we're good.
I know there's like filters you can apply.
I don't know. I think though with Deathray Shaman gets banned, I'm gonna play Grim Flare instead. It just seems really good with Punishing Fire.
Sorry, what's Grim Flare?
Yeah, I mean, we've been here for 3 hours now, and I didn't even notice it either. That's funny. We're just like, yeah, magic cards.
That's a 2.
I'm gonna start at 2 life, but it's backwards.
I can just read backwards so fluently. I didn't notice.
I mean, I didn't notice it either because that 5 is upside down, but it's upside down vertically, not, you know what I mean, flipped this way. It's twisted, so that's why it took me forever to figure it out. Many people who got on were like, what's up with this backwards stream? Oh, it's totally backwards. That's driving me nuts now. It's driving me crazy. Oh well. So John's got a Maze of Ith and a crop rotation. which is good. I mean, if he did bring in the Bog, that's fantastic. Drew's able to dump his hand to his thing, and John can just crop rotate for the Bog. Now, granted, if Drew has an unmask, that gets worse for John. Drew looks like he's gonna ship it.
Yeah.
Gonna try to find something different.
So this might be the game that Reanimator eats itself. Because he's already down to 6 cards. He's going down to 6.
Yeah, and I mean you're okay in Drew's position though because you won game 1, which is the game you need to win, and then game 2 and game 3 are already gonna be an uphill battle. And being on the play is a lot better as a Reanimator than I think on the draw.
For everyone.
Well, I don't know. The draw is actually pretty good too, but I think that giving John an opportunity not to have an answer already present.
Do you know what kind of graveyard hate that the Lance player plays?
Yeah, I think he's got Bajuka Bog.
Oh yeah, just Bajuka's Bog though?
I don't think they bring in Leylines. I can't imagine that they do. They might be able to bring in Graftinger's Cage because it doesn't affect them as much.
Oh yeah, it doesn't it?
No, because it doesn't stop life from the loam and doesn't stop punish a player.
It doesn't stop life from the loam? I thought it targeted.
No.
Oh, it's just creatures.
Yeah. It stops creatures from entering the battle. It stops you from casting spells from the graveyard and stops you from having creatures enter the battlefield from the graveyard.
That's cool.
Which doesn't affect lands at all. Doesn't stop lands.
The attack. Again with the turn 1.
Turn expiration. Yeah, they usually run that as a 3 or 4 of, depending on the list. Also, though, the other thing is... Oh, so Drew just drew and passed? Or is this John still thinking?
No, it looked like Drew, and passed.
But he mulliganed, so he might be just drawing up to discard and then reanimate.
Yeah, there's no...
Drawing past
unless he gets lots of lands, there's almost no reason for him to even play them out. Because he can just go, okay, bam, 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 got it.
Yeah.
Because the lands player can so easily just wasteland him out of the game.
Right. Okay, so the thing that's tripping me out with the whole mirror flip thing is, like, doesn't it look like the cards are the right artwork, though?
Like they're not flipped?
That they're, like, not flipped?
I think
they are, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe we didn't know that before. Oh, but yeah, so I know that they bring in corrosive grips, too, because corrosive grips can hit, like, animated and stuff like that, too.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can see it and you can tell. But
I think it matters that they're on their side, and so your brain is like doing its own flip.
Yeah,
thing.
right. Yeah. Well, it's like if you do not the beer gargles, but the other ones when they flip your vision upside down after like an hour or two, your brain will actually autocorrect and it'll be correct. And then when you take those glasses back off, then it's reversed.
Have you heard about the guy that spent like 2 weeks in those things?
No.
And it put everything like that like permanently for a minute. And
yeah,
like he could just function.
That's crazy. Ugh. That would drive me
nuts.
He
did it to prove that
your brain will like automatically know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the glasses that will do that.
So he's just a dark depths away from just getting him. He's got the mana. He's got
the... And John does have the crop rotation to go grab the bog here.
So John's looking pretty safe.
Which, if he has access to like a glacial chasm, he can play the glacial chasm.
Magus of the Moon?
Is that what? Yeah, it looks like a Magus of the Moon. Here, we'll pull up a Magus of the Moon.
A mirror image Magus of the Moon.
It's a copy of a Magus of the Moon. Entomb, go find that. That's really, really rough for John.
Yeah, that's a sick play.
I almost wonder if you let it resolve. If he reanimated, I think I let it just happen. Because you're playing it. Because it's a 2/2. You can kill it. You can kill it.
He took out all of his punishing fires.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Then how does he win?
He doesn't let it resolve. He Bajuka Bogs.
Yeah.
Like 3 for 1, Tim.
Is that really a 3 for 1 though? I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Entomb and reanimate.
Reanimate. Well, that's 2.
2 for 1. It almost looks like it's not though.
You're still on that?
Yeah. It's driving me crazy now. Anyway, we're gonna look up Tiger. Look at it. Let's see.
Yes, it's slant.
The slant is wrong. You're right. They can have converging Taigas.
And they never printed a Taiga that slants a different way.
No, it's not. I miss that they printed cards with different art for the seasons and stuff. I wish that they would do that more.
Yeah,
I wish they would do that more,
like
but
the Christmas Mishra's Factory.
did they do it?
I think they did.
I know that they did it with older cards like the Urza's Lands and things like that too. And there's a Ticebound Tyrant.
So he pitches his other.
That's the thing I think I would have tried to get rid of instead. But again, like you said, he didn't have the
Maybe he just expected that it wasn't gonna actually work.
what, the Magus in the Moon? Or?
Yeah. No, if he did, if
He's
he
gotta
thought
gamble.
that, then he wanted
I
to.
feel like you leave at least one punch you can fire in because you have Gamble to go find it.
If he ever just hit a Magus of the Moon and hardcast it, John wouldn't be able to do
Toy
anything.
Factory.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying? Sorry.
If Drew ever just hardcasts, if he ever hardcasts Magus of the Moon, I don't think John has anything he can do about that.
No, not unless he like. It's gonna be hard for him to do that though, with John able to get Wastelands and stuff like that active.
Well, definitely.
John can still play land here. He played one Wasteland. He's gonna play Verdant. Yeah, he's saying he already played land, and Drew forgot about the exploration, so he says go, go. We're talking about the artwork on that. Yeah, we wish it had brought up the artwork. I guess I can do it. Do you want it?
Mishra's Toy Workshop.
Taiga, Gamble. What are we gonna go find with Gamble? It's already, yeah, it's already up to whatever you pull off. I didn't see what he grabbed with Gamble. I was too busy getting shushed. What did anybody see what he found? Should have we.
I would bet that it's Dark Depths. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, with him having Thespian stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has Life from the Loam, I guess too. It was, you got the Ghost Quarter. You got the Ghost Quarter. One. Flip that Gamble.
That's the card you don't want to kind of hit.
I mean,
It's the only thing that doesn't do anything in your graveyard.
Yeah, it's the one card you actually still wanted to see. That's why, you know, that card's a real gamble.
But I thought there was like a Mishra's Workshop that was like snowy and had like lights on it. Maybe I'm just like, I'm gonna look them up.
Another unset. The cards were legal. That sounds broken. I think John's just gonna plan on just
Factory.
The problem is John can't necessarily just run Drew out of the game with land destruction because Drew has access to Chrome Moxes. That's the problem. And so Drew can still cast things. Oh, there's a Magus. He's just in tune for a Magus. Or Magus? Magus in the Moon? Magus in the Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spring, Summer, Fall Antiquities.
I think this is what I was talking about.
The Mishra's Factory?
Yeah, the Mishra's Factory Winter.
The Winter one. He's full. He's
If
pulling
it
up
ever
right
if
now.
it ever loads.
So he's gonna cast Reanimate on Magus of the Moon, which is rough because John doesn't know that, of course.
And bring up the thing.
John has a lot of mountains, by the way.
Oh. Well, how did he get that? Did he reanimate it?
Reanimated it, yeah. So I was wondering if he should have just kept at least one punishing fire in.
I was thinking about that too. Like, it is a win con.
Well, yeah, and like, you can take lands out for lands in most cases, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna have dead lands sometimes. Oh, John's really into the gun now. He's not dead. I mean, it's just a bear. Well, it's not a bear, but it's a 2/2, you know.
For now. But how many cards do you think he has that actually like save him?
I don't think he has any. I think he did set up the punishing fire, which is why that Magus is
I
great.
actually only saw him grab 3.
Okay, so maybe he did leave one. So there's hope.
But he can't dredge it or anything.
No, he can't.
He has to like draw it.
Unless Drew gets a Grizzlebrand out, attacks with a Grizzlebrand and gains life, and then you can pay the red to buy it back.
You right.
That's one way he can get it back.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh,
Sideswipe Tyrant.
Dun, 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 dun. Drew's gonna check the top card. Is it what he needed? It's a crop rotation. That
Yeah.
doesn't do
All he's got is red mana though.
much at all. Is that a Rift Zone portal?
Oh, he's got one green.
It's a reflecting. Oh, that's a Rift Zone portal. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Crop rotation.
What are you gonna go get?
We can see if you take the punishing card out. Tabernacle comes in as a mountain.
It's a mountain. Looks like he brought in a Sphere of Resistance.
He took all of his punishing
Yeah.
fires out. We didn't see a single punishing fire.
There's no way for him to win now. You can't just beat someone with mountains. He plays a mountain.
Oh yeah, you're right. He should have sacked his Riftstone portal to get it in because he could tap for green and white stuff. Oh, he did. Okay. That's a really good play right there. Because now he has Naya colors. He has green, white, and red on all of his non-basics. He just upgraded. So Riftstone portal, if it's in your graveyard, all lands you control can tap for green or white. It's really, really good.
That's clever.
Especially in a Carador EDH deck.
World's fastest internet.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of stuff going on between the stream and everything else.
Bring this up.
Still can't make it 2020. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that John can unfortunately do here. He's gonna exhume, which brings back a guy from both sides. See, this is why I think I would let them. I don't know. This is just rough. Iona naming green.
Yeah.
Then Nagus moves.
Is he just going through the motions? Like,
John?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the hold you don't concede until you're for sure done. And that's it. Drew gets it 2-0.
Black Red Reanimator tearing it up tonight.
Tearing it up. I believe that means that Drew went 3-0 right tonight, right? Because these guys were undefeated, right? Yeah. Very interesting.
Drew must be a StarCraft player because he's tearing it up. Okay, I had to make a pun. Just one before we go.
Yep, you did. You did. I'm trying to think of a joke there. I just can't think of anything. I just can't think of anything. I'm not gonna give you any resistance.
He must be a sphere.
That must be a sphere, like afraid, but it's a sphere.
No, just a sphere of resistance.
Mm.
That's bad.
So bad. That is the last of our rounds, right?
Yep.
Is that what is that?
What?
That card right there. Andrew. What is that? Is that Mana Clash? Is he playing Mana Clash?
Better be. It would be Mirror Image.
What's the other one? Is it what is that other? What's the other name for that card? I can't tell because it's reverse. It's not Mana Clash. It's
What do you get when you mix an elephant and a rhino?
what?
Elephino.
All right. I think with that, that's the last round. I'm gonna
That's
go
definitely
double
the
check.
last round.
Sean's gonna try to make more puns because we didn't do
Oh.
enough tonight.
So I'm just supposed to sit here and make more puns?
Yeah.
I can't think of any that are like work appropriate. So what does everyone think of Yeah, I hope we're just gonna go figure out what that card is. But what does everyone think of the black-red reanimator against the blue-black? I think the black-red reanimator is way more explosive, but the blue-red actually doesn't die to things that it needs to counterspell, and I think that's just the real difference. What was it?
Stronghold Gambit. This card is pretty spicy. I remember seeing the card, but I didn't remember what it was. Alright. This card is super spicy. So, each player chooses a card in his or her hand, and then each player reveals his or her chosen card. The owner of the creature card revealed this way with the lowest converted mana cost puts that card into play. If two or more creatures cards are tied for lowest cost, those cards are put into play. So against decks like lands or control that don't play a lot of creatures, you go 2 mana and you're just like, oh, I'm going to reveal my Grizzlebrand. What do you reveal? Nothing? I get a Grizzlebrand.
So yeah, you're using it like a show and tell.
Yeah, it's basically show and tell, but in the cases where
You can
would
also
be
rip
bringing
apart
it
their
in,
hand with your free discard spell.
right? Yeah, so you can. I just lost what it's called all of a sudden.
That black free discard spell.
Oh my gosh! Unmask. You can unmask them, take their biggest threat, and then and then you're just like, okay, Stronghold Gambit. My Grizzlebrand can play. That seems so dirty. Ooh, so dirty. So dirty. Huh. I have not seen that in any black-red sideboards in a while. At all, actually. I haven't seen that at all. So
I've never seen that card.
and it's currently like
$2.
$2 or $3. Yeah, on TCG. That's interesting. That is a very interesting card. Very, very, very interesting. I'm gonna go double check and see. I haven't seen. Have you seen Magus in the Black Red Reanimator deck sideboards at all? Is that a newer thing that I'm like missing out on too?
I'm not so
Maybe
familiar
that's
that I
just
can
Drew's
pick out
like home, like a little bit of his own brew or something. I don't know. I haven't seen any personally, but I haven't also checked Black Red Reanimator lists in a while because they haven't been doing so hot now with all the combos.
I'm gonna look up a couple of black red reanimator lists and see.
Are you leaving? Did you get X? Did you get anything good? Did you get anything good? It happens. Good to see you.
Alright.
This one plays Blood Moon.
Here, do you wanna
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon?
I'm not seeing any Magus of the Moon, but I'm seeing some.
The card shuffle. And then turn on the back cam.
Back.
Just
Oh, I see.
Alright, so yeah, this one has Blood Moons in the board.
Yeah, all of them that I'm seeing have access to Blood Moon, but they're not running Magus of the Moon.
I can see why they run Magus though. Like he's running Magus because you can go and tune for it, and like and like everybody's running so many dual lands, like you just shut people out a lot of times. Yeah, that's it. Because you guys have screwed with the archetype moving into your ass.
See, yeah, that's very techy. I'm not seeing it in anyone else's sideboard. I like it because
Yeah, it seems better than Blood Moon in the sense that you can go and fight it. I think the only trade-off is that it still dies, but you can just reanimate it again. That's the beauty. Like, oh, you killed my Blood Moon with a bolt. Well, here's another. I'm just gonna cast Exhume and get it back anyway. Like, that seems really good. Well, I
think that's it.
3 rounds. So we're gonna be done for tonight. If you haven't checked out Kitchen Table Magic or MTG Pro Tutor, you should check them out. There's some pretty awesome podcasts. Again, we do this every Saturday.
Tuesday,
wow.
Friday.
Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and Fridays at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. All of our videos are going to start getting posted to YouTube now too, so we've got some good material that we're going to be posting up there as well. Check us out on Facebook at Paragon City Games. We post all of our events and things like that on there. We also do judge classes. I believe they do those on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And then Thursday, they're going to start doing board game night here. I don't know if they're going to stream that. I don't know. That might be fun. Who knows?
It might
I don't
be
know if
hard
that's
to
really a
stream.
thing. It might be hard. An intense game of Monopoly, maybe.
What's our YouTube channel?
But
Do you know our YouTube channel name?
our YouTube channel name? I believe it's just Paragon City Games. We can Google it real quick because we have the capabilities. I just heard that we're now officially loading up on YouTube. So no, yeah, just do that. I think it's Paragon City Games is their YouTube channel. Yeah, so that's it right there. Oh, it's Paragon City Media? Did you find it? Okay. Yeah, so check us out on that. We're gonna start posting all of the videos up online. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fantastic. So I think we're gonna start posting our old events as well. It's like the GPT that we had last week and things like that. So.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that GPT. I watched that whole video
fun, yeah.
on the Twitch VOD.
That doesn't really send you where you need it to be. That did not work. Oh, it's because you're on Bing.
Bing!
We're gonna figure this out real quick before we sign off for the night. YouTube.
Give a link and then peace out.
Oh yeah, we love doing Paper Legacy. That's definitely our main thing that we like to stream. So if you like Paper Legacy, come check it out. Unfortunately,
You can be on stream, and then we can judge you.
Make bad puns. We didn't have any bad puns today, actually. So.
And they were all forced.
Well,
we didn't have that many.
We did not have very. I don't think we saw Force of Will on stream.
No.
Did we?
Wait.
I think maybe once we did.
There was a Delver deck.
Delver. I think we saw it once. Yeah. Yeah. Paragon City Media though is the name of the stream. So I'm gonna post a link just to the channel in the chat room real quick, and then do with it as you will. And we also apparently stream it live on YouTube, which I didn't know that was a thing you could do right now either. But yeah.
Wink.
Yeah, the judge class is pretty awesome. If you're at all interested in any rulings or just learning about Magic at all, and you're passionate about the game, I would definitely check it out. It's pretty awesome. So
you can intimidate your opponent by saying, "I'm a judge,"
and then they'll be like, "Okay, judge,
real judge,
ask a different judge anyway." But yeah. Anyway, this is Rich signing off.
I'm Sean.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Catch you next week.
Goodbye.